Welcome to the Starfound podcast, an actual play podcast of the tabletop role-playing game Starfinder by the lovely people at Paizo. Now, some of you may know exactly what I'm talking about, and some of you may be totally in the dark. Well, for those of you in the know, a tabletop role-playing game mixes the boundaries between long-form improvisation and board games, and what this means is that a few friends sit around a table and collaboratively tell a story, the outcome of which is decided by rolls on a 20-sided die, modified by the character's abilities and skills. So, if a player wants to shoot a laser blaster to hit the target of their bounty in the knee, there are mechanics for that. Or if the heroes need to get into a factory producing an army of war robots, they might choose to disguise themselves or just talk their way in. There are mechanics for that, or we just talk to each other. I'm also incredibly excited to announce that Season 2 will be coming very soon. We will be live recording weekly on Twitch, and the podcast will be going up a week after each recording session for $5 and up patrons, and 2 weeks later for everyone else. To boot, patreon.com/starfound has plenty of other awesome rewards for our supporters that you can get with a monthly pledge to help keep us making harrowing, hilarious, and heart-wrenching content for your listening pleasure. Now, let's meet the crew of Starfound.
I'm Anne Richmond, and I play Amaru Yuka, Vlaka Solarian, First Claw of Clan Yuka, and emotional support captain for the crew of the Kingfisher.
I'm Helena Anderson, and I play Jeleskia, a very clumsy Kasathan mystic zoologist, and I believe in the pursuit of knowledge and friendship. Friendship is good too.
Hi, my name is Parker Wallace, and I play Caster 9, android mechanic and pilot of the Kingfisher. Happy to be of service.
Hi, I'm John Colmer. I play Quentin Kodiak Zioneer, a human operative who's running from his past and obsessed with finding out what happened to someone he loved.
I'm Miles Duffield, and I'm the Game Master of Starfound, which means that I guide the story and I play all the characters that aren't our main characters, and I also arbitrate all the rules, which means that I'm in charge of the fates of our dear characters. Finally, sit back, strap in, or at least hold on to something. Let's get Starfound! As the sun pulls behind the large planet in the sky, and the Kingfisher descends onto these tidal pools where you dropped them off last time, First Claw.
Aye, aye.
There are only 2 of them standing in the tide pools.
What? I'm sorry. Please describe more specifically what that means.
There's only Juleskia and Caster.
Okay. So...
This is Anne's reaction after us keeping her in the dark for 3 weeks while we've been canceling games.
Okay. So she, looks out the viewport as she's landing and sees this. And her mouth opens the way that like dogs do when they're anxious, and it just starts. This sounds stupid, but like I have a very anxious collie, or I had a very anxious collie at one point in life, and when it would storm, he would just open his mouth and like because he just needed to breathe so fast.
Yeah.
Because he's just like in constant panic, and so she gets up and she's that thing where the dog can't decide whether to like keep looking or like go out or keep looking, and finally she wills herself to go and trot down the like open the hatch and trot out. Where is
A lot of stuff happened. Some stuff.
We sort of lost Kodiak.
Well, he was taken. He wasn't lost. We couldn't lose that guy.
he was taken?
Yeah, this Vesk broad came down and tried to... Well, she and a bunch of guys.
What did she want with him?
I don't know. His parents, Quentin. His name is Quentin. Quentin's parents wanted him back. So they sent this pretty nasty Vesk.
Well, they cannot have him back. He is contracted here. We have to go get him.
And they tried to kill us. So...
Did he want to go with them?
No.
No. But he chose to go with them to save us.
Did they follow us here?
My guess is yes. Probably because he showed his face briefly when we were at the Capitol.
Either that or we stumbled upon some sort of hideout beneath the tide pools.
Are you hurt? Is everything... We need to go back. We need to turn around and try to negotiate with them.
Oh, they're probably gone at this point.
Did they go in a ship?
Certainly, yes.
Yeah.
I believe so. There was a ship that was trying to follow us, and then we headed down into the tide pools, and then we kind of got lost, and then we bumped into them. So
And Benjamin.
Benjamin. There could be a way to track them if we're able to...
I'm, like, heading up the thing to try and use our ship systems to...
I'm going to grab any of what's left of the scientific materials.
Yeah, you were able to save all of that, fortunately.
Yeah. And I'm also just dragging Benjamin.
You did manage to get the corpse out.
I'm dragging him on.
I forgot. Yeah, there's also a large spider-like, three-legged, insectoid-ish, but also see-through thing that Juleskia is just dragging along with her, kind of like leaking see-through fluids across your deck.
What is it?
It's an albino insectoid creature that you can see the processes that it's going through just from the outside. Unfortunately, he died. It was tragic. We didn't do it. It was those other people. But I think it might be helpful to have.
Of course, we'll bring it inside, and then we'll... all right, this is going to be fine. Everything is fine. Everything will be fine.
I'm inclined to not believe her, Casper.
Okay.
Well, we gotta try, you know? We can't just leave him.
We won't leave him. He agreed to help us, and so we are going to help him.
Good.
And she... is it Mark? Is that the name of our ship's computer?
That is, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. I love my diligent notes. Okay. So I say, Mark, we need to look for other ships that are leaving the planet.
What other ships? What are you looking for?
Can you describe what you saw?
Is there a way to roll to remember those details?
Sure. Why don't you make an engineering check?
Oh, wait. Hold on a second. Do I have a special thing for being an ace pilot?
For referencing to other ships, etc. Make an engineering check.
Culture DC to recall knowledge of starship vehicle models.
Yeah. Make an engineering check.
Engineering check, cool. That's not bad. That's 11 plus 11, 22.
22, nice. Excuse me. So the ship will have left emissions trailings, right?
Mhm.
Which they only should have left like an hour or two ago, right? So the trailing should be fairly fresh, and you should be able to follow them. And with how fast your ship is, you should be able to catch them if they're still anywhere inside of the solar system.
Do
Yeah.
you remember if that
Depending
ship
on how
has
quick.
particular kinds of guns and things? Because that is what we have to be very careful about, because we do not have, how do you
small and
say,
fast.
yes,
That's
small
it.
and fast. We can chase, but not the other part of.
Do I remember
Combat.
that, O Keeper of the Knowledge?
You know what? Make them an intelligence check.
Okay. And just a regular intelligence
Yeah.
check? And then add my modifier to it?
Did they say where they were going to take him?
No, but they're from Zydeco.
21.
21. Yeah, it was pretty heavily armed.
Yeah, there's some pretty big guns on it, I'd say.
I think the best thing we can do is try to outrun them to where they are going.
Okay.
But then we'll leave here. Oh, God, what a fucking shit show.
I mean,
The sooner we leave, then the less far we'll be from this planet. That's
yeah,
the good
but
thing.
If it depends
How
on
far
where
is
they're going.
where you said Zydeco?
Zydecorp.
Zydecorp.
Yeah.
Are they one of the corporations that was on one of the other?
I don't know what the question is.
Is that the corporation that got the other planet?
No.
That was... I have notes somewhere. And they're
Hey,
with...
Mark, where is Zydecorp? Where's the main institution for it?
Zydeco?
Yes.
Let's see how versed Mark is. I don't know.
Mark, I love you.
That's generous.
As are you. It's like tech cosmetology, right? Isn't it? Isn't it like tech upgrades to a person?
Oh!
Right?
Zydecorp?
Yeah.
Can I roll? What?
For what?
Knowledge, like culture, knowledge of Zydecorp?
Yeah, sure.
Gosh.
I
Alright.
thought it was cosmetology, like when you get.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
some
I
gets
can do
more
that.
done.
12.
Okay.
Yeah, you've never heard of
Let me
Zydeco.
let me try.
Zyde-
Let me try. Let me just culture it up. That's a natural 1, so we are.
Off
Doing great.
to the races.
Yeah, it's a total of 7, but
Okay, and then a
not
21.
helpful.
Worf?
Is it cosmetology? Why did I
Don't
think
know
it was
anything.
cosmetology? Like getting upgrades to yourself, making yourself hot. Is that weird? What am I thinking of?
I can't play this game.
What,
was-
what am I thinking of?
it was-
Wait.
Why is that?
What did they say about his parents? You know him better than the rest
I
of us.
mean-
What do you know about his family?
I know the Vesk was a bounty hunter, and therefore his parents have a lot of money. I've been searching for him for quite a long time.
Do you know his full name?
Quentin something. What?
Anne's face.
We can't just search for every Quentin in the galaxy.
I mean, I don't know very many people. Well, no, that's not helpful at all.
Can I try searching for like names of lost children or youths named Quentin from rich families and like news sources,
Yeah, where?
like using the ship's computer to do that or my data pad.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, Mark, we're going in. What am I rolling?
Computers?
Computers.
Roll
Oh, great!
for
I have
Quentin.
0 bonuses to that.
Roll a beat boop check.
Could I argue?
Uh-huh.
This is what we call some Patrick Rothfuss bullshit right here. Could I argue that in my profession as a politician, that I would have made a lot of good connections and understand maybe like some families?
No.
No? Great. Cool. Computers then. Is anybody else better at computers? Okay, please God, make this like a
Caster
sex.
is, Caster is very good at
You
computers.
know what? You never know
I'm
if
just
you don't
imagining
ask.
now Caster sitting at a computer and the first claw just kind of like hanging her head over
Yeah.
his shoulder, being like, "Look for this! Look for this! Look for this! Look for that!"
Do you think that perhaps we should track their signal before we get ahead of ourselves?
Yes. That
Alright, then we should perhaps do that first.
Okay.
Engineering check.
Then I will engineer
Okay.
Engineering. Successful roll. That is a successful roll if I've ever seen one.
Really?
Yeah, 27.
Nice. Good. Yeah.
It's not a 30.
I was
so-
just like, I got a 3.
12.
3 out of 5's not bad.
Sweet. Yeah, you pick up the trail. Absolutely. Are you guys gonna follow it?
Yeah.
Sure.
The problem is if we follow it and we get close, they will have a lot of guns that we do not have.
We stay behind them as well as we can. I
You know what
suppose.
kind of ship it is?
It's
Because you knew that it had guns. Is there a way that you can try to pilot around, like, always keeping ourselves in a bit of a blind spot?
He is a
Sure
gosh
can.
darn good pirate.
Okay, I don't know, man. I'm not good at any of this shit. I'm just your captain. Okay, I delegate.
Can you do the loop-de-loops around them?
Can you do the loop-de-loops? Please just go. We're
You
taking
got it.
off.
The
All right,
stress
Caster-
level from the moment you said there are only 2 of them has been.
This is what always freaking happens in a Miles Duffield game is I start succeeding and then it all goes to shit and everything I know and love.
You wanted to see Cursed Child.
Who's the cursed child now, Anne?
Alright,
I don't mean that seriously in
I
any
was
way,
like-
shape, or form.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need
No,
you
we
to
love-
take it back.
That is a joke. I'm really glad you got to see Cursed Child.
It's fine.
Do you need me to have a How was it?
Find
Was it
this
good?
baby.
Okay.
Find this baby.
Have you seen
Great. So you guys are taking off, flying. Are you doing? Let's do that computer check. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, computer check time. Caster, he's good with computers. Here we go. Hey, that was really scary. That's a 29.
It's a 29.
Not a 30.
Not a thing?
It wasn't a 30. I don't know what to tell you. No.
Oh,
No, not a thing.
You okay?
Nice.
Quentin. Not a lot of Quintins here from
Look
rich
up
families.
Zydecorp. Figure out where it's located.
Zydecorp.
Or
Zydecorp.
at least their headquarters.
Zydecorp. Roll for Zydecorp.
Yeah, roll for Zydecorp.
Computers.
Yeah.
Cool. Still gonna be good. It's 15. Not bad.
Nothing.
Who?
It's not, this is so bad.
What the hell kind of
Did I
corporation
misspell
is
it?
Zydecorp?
Yeah, spell it out.
Z.
Because I'm just having fun now. Right.
ZY.
So you do your best at searching for Zydecorp, and you do your best at searching for Quentin. However, up ahead, your scanners are very quickly picking up that the ship is still within system. It's in fact still orbiting Machul A3,
That's weird.
and it has just within the past couple hours docked at the space station that orbits the large gas giant, and is still docked there.
Are there other ships docked there?
Nope.
A3 was the planet that we were on, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Can we see any
You
life?
are on A3 4 or 5. A.3.5 to be specific.
Are there any life forms on the ship versus on the have they deplaned? Are they? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, make a computer's check for that sensor.
Please.
Computers. I like computers.
I'm living my best Star Trek life right
Oh, that's a 29.
Nice.
Not a 30.
There are no
You
life
stop it.
forms on the ship. There are life forms on the station.
now. Okay. Is there any way that we can pull into the station without being noticed?
Maybe we can't use any of the docks though, because they would require a docking code, I'd imagine, and clearance. And there's this whole sort of thing. We'd have to do it really
You
dangerously,
You could latch on, cut in.
or we can do that.
Yeah. However, for your good sensor check, I will tell you that the space station has appeared to have lost its orbital equilibrium and is now descending. And as you get closer and closer, you realize that something happened here, and there's a large explosion out of the side of this space station. Whole chunks of it are missing. Yeah, seems like recently, right? There's still some
Like within the last hour recently?
Mhm.
Son of a bitch. This still keeps getting worse
God.
all the time. Okay, I say scan for life forms outside floating in space. There was an explosion. We should see, right?
Yeah,
I don't
there's nothing floating out
There's
there.
nothing floating out there?
I mean, there's debris that it's trailing,
Okay.
right? And continues
No
to...
floaters.
It's
So
like
we
picking up speed. It itself is like spinning as well, much faster than it should be, making docking on it is going to be very hard,
Okay.
right? So let's talk about what this space station looks like as we're approaching it, right?
Mhm.
So it has a central column,
Yeah.
right? That is the life-supported area,
Yeah.
right? It is connected by 4 walkways to an inner and an outer ring outside of that, right? Which have various different canisters on them, right? Where one would think the gas that is pulled up from the gas giant down below is stored and kept for shipping elsewhere, right? About an eighth of this outer ring is destroyed, and this platform is wobbling out of control. Yeah, one of the 2 docking struts is occupied by the nearly shattered ship of the mercenaries,
Oh.
right? Just like, it's broken.
It's effed.
Yeah,
Okay, because I was
like,
going to be
the
let's first of all,
explosion was
let's
like
destroy their ship.
right next to it, it seems
Yeah.
like, and its entire engine and everything is mashed.
Okay, we have the means to make a deal here. No
We
one
do?
necessarily has to die. They don't have any way to get off.
Okay.
We could say, listen,
This
You can-
Vesk was not friendly, I will tell you.
right. So what is she going to do? Say, I want to die plummeting to the planet's surface in this hot rock?
Possibly.
Well, I did perhaps threaten her in her own language as she left, so there's a chance that she might not want to see me.
I mean, she doesn't want to see me.
But does she want to live more than she wants to hurt you?
Hard to say, knowing Vesks.
It is quite possible that she has sustained damage as her ship has. She's going to die if she stays there. We could try to put out the comms and see if she's willing to negotiate. We're the ones with the ship now.
It's risky, but it's possible.
I doubt it's going to work, but I guess we should try it. We don't have a whole lot of options here.
Well, how would we want to handle the handoff if it happens?
Well, I'd rather not hand off. I'd rather we go in, get him out, leave them to blow up or whatever's happening.
I remember you talking about this station being a potential strategic resource for you as well, First Claw.
So we need to write its position as well. Alright, so then maybe we need to land and work very quickly.
Sounds good.
The last thing that we want is for her to get on our ship and leave with it.
Yeah. Right.
So how are we going to keep that from happening? Does that mean that someone needs to stay on the ship?
I could stay here.
You might be able to assist us from there, reading where she is, trying to find or hack into various systems once we get connected.
He nods.
Yeah.
Can do.
That might be
And
that might be
maybe
possible.
using, if the thrusters on the station are down, maybe we could use our thrusters to get it back into position.
Certainly.
We have powerful thrusters.
You could also bring the squawks.
What?
Swaps.
I don't know. It was close with Quentin, Kodiak. I don't know what to call him. Q. And maybe it could help us sniff him out.
Did he take the squawks with him when we went, or
No.
no?
It's right here.
Celestia like had it under her cape
Okay.
and was like petting it very
Okay.
feverishly and nervously.
Okay, so maybe
2 extra arms.
we'll use that.
It's what we all need is 2 extra arms and a kitten
Yep.
to just constantly be petting while we deal with the world.
Yeah. I think this is okay. This seems like a not shitty plan for a sort of shitty situation.
Not shitty, it's good.
Not shitty.
On 3, not shit.
On 3, yeah. Okay, we're going to go get our friend back. That's what's going to happen today.
Great. So first step is docking. Need you to make a piloting check.
Oh, here we go.
Someone want to
Assist? I mean, I can. This is a bridge thing. Can't I like captain it and be like, you go?
Sure.
Isn't that how it works?
That totally is how it works. Yeah, I mean, I did not exactly review all of the ship
But I
combat
remember
rules.
it was like if
but-
I rolled a good check.
Yeah, you could make things better for other people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then why not? Okay, make
So,
a
words of
persuasion
encouragement,
check.
yeah.
Right. That's
Persuasion.
a skill, right?
Yeah.
I should not be allowed to pilot anything except for my own feet. Just saying.
Even
Trips.
It's, sorry, it's diplomacy. It's not persuasion.
Diplomacy. Thank you.
I was like, what game am I playing?
I feel that way all the time.
21.
21. Nice. Go for it, Parker.
That's still good. That's 19.
Nice. Beautiful.
You stop that shit.
Beautiful.
Alright, Squawk's friend. We're gonna be looking for your friend, Kodiak. I mean, he was my friend first, but we're not going into that today. I don't know if you're gonna be very useful, but you might as well come with. Use that sniffer. I guess. I don't know how to talk to Squawkses.
So,
Fantastic. So,
can I ask a question?
yes.
So, everyone was given a comm unit.
Yeah.
Might there be
Uh-huh.
some kind of, like, Morse code, like, a button on it?
A panic button.
Yeah.
As John points to his can of beer.
Yeah, a panic beer. So that if it were in his pocket, he would feel it, like, buzzing. Just to, like, let him know that, like, something is...
Yeah, sure.
Up?
You can do, like, that vibrator.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm
that's...
sorry. Helena and Parker
Yeah.
across the table go simultaneously.
So we should sync up all of our comms on the same frequency.
Yeah.
And let him know that help is on the way.
Affirmative.
So you begin to try to match the spinning of this station, right? And you, like, tear Kingfisher around the side of this thing as the docking strut whips past you once and twice, and you start to speed up and begin to match until you're, like, whipping around this thing as fast as you can, right?
Constitution save.
The G's absolutely fortitude saves for all three of you.
Great.
Sorry.
As the G's start to just rack.
Oh, nice.
19.
12.
Nice.
8.
Great. Love it.
thought that all nice
You're
was-
sickened.
I like hold the Squawks away from you while I throw up.
Would have been co-piloting, but is now just not throwing up on Squawk's action.
You don't want me co-piloting it.
You don't want
I just
that
want
up.
to be the comic relief for a second.
Yeah.
As you start to nudge with your side thrusters, just little one little push at a time closer towards this thing, and then you're there. Your docking clamps lock onto the outside of this thing, and you begin to let off the thrusters to the sound of a as the very metal that you're attaching to begins to start to rip off and begins to come away before it ceases holding. You're the entire ship kind of waving in the extreme G's.
Let's use the thrusters to push ourselves away.
Activating
No,
thrusters.
you're settled. You can get on.
Right, but we want to use. My thought was, can we use our powerful engine to push
Great.
it back
Fantastic.
into position?
Now I hear
so
what you're
we're
saying.
not.
Engineering checked.
You got it.
Engineering check, yeah.
No.
That's 16 still.
If you do anything drastic on this attachment, you will just break off, and any chance of getting onto the ship will be gone.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, this is not a good place to, like,
All right.
pull the ship.
Keep us abreast of how much time we have, please.
Keeping abreast. I got it.
Yeah,
Is it, like,
why don't
punches,
why don't you
buttons?
make a physical science check for that?
Oh, this is
Give
all
us a
of my-
time.
You just
timer.
give me all of my good skills. Thank you.
I mean,
Don't tell him
it's
anything.
your episode.
Ooh. Oh. That's a 25.
You have an hour and a half
Okay.
Yeah. So
before you hit Atmo.
I don't mean to rush you all, but sooner the better, please.
All right. Let's go.
All right.
Do you need anything? Are you healed? Do you need
I'm
anything?
fine. I'm fine. I'm really good. I'm here. Obviously.
What?
Benjamin. He's the corpse.
The translucent corpse of the spider.
Got it. Yeah. Please. Please leave that. Right. Wherever you like. Okay. Let's go. Okay.
Just in her hammock.
I put the squawks. I like kind of tie a little sash around my waist, and I put the squawks in it.
So because I grew up
So you have to
deaf-
do a spacewalk to get there now.
Shit.
Yeah.
How do we do that?
You put on spacesuits.
Okay.
And you walk through space.
Let's do it.
All right, squawks. We're doing it.
So the squawk is like not around your body
Yeah.
now. It's like in your helmet,
Aw.
skittering around.
Also, let's just say, my helmet is huge.
Yeah.
You know, like, Kasatha's got big head.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
You give Great Dome.
Huh?
What? Nothing.
Okay. Spacewalk.
Spacewalk.
Great.
All right.
Probably fine.
So you guys don your spacesuits, right? Do you guys? No, you have generic space
Yeah.
suits. Yeah,
We
absolutely.
didn't focus on getting anything better than
Anything
that.
special. Yeah.
We got a lot of other special shit, but that wasn't one of it.
The doors behind you slowly close shut. The air is depressurized out of the airlock.
Mm-hmm.
The red lights turn on, and the doors in front of you begin to open, and the silence and blackness of space begins to come through, and all that you can hear is the shuddering in the hull of the ship that is going up through your feet, through your entire suit, and into your helmet. And you begin to walk forward.
Mm-hmm.
Your maglocks clicking neatly onto the ground with big quotation marks underneath your feet. You have to take one large step over where the physics have torn a hole in the metal underneath you right before you reach the beginning of the opposing airlock, and are able to hit the button. As it comes open, you step inside, closes behind you, and air pressurizes.
Yeah.
The door opens. Air is around you. You're safe. Are you going to take off helmets?
Can I test the atmosphere to see?
Yeah, it's pressurized.
That's fine.
Everything's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to smell.
Great. Yeah, why don't you make a...
Because I was born with, like, no... I was deaf.
Yeah,
But, so my scent is, like, very keen.
absolutely. Do you have like a mechanical feat
It
for
says blind sight scent within range of 30 feet.
that? Oh,
So I can
that's
basically
you're gonna
try
have to
to-
continue to remind me of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why don't you make a perception check then?
Okay. And I will. And I shall. And I am. Help. That's a 10.
Total?
Yeah.
Blood.
What is blood?
Blood.
Okay, I make my way towards the blood.
I know it's the blood.
Yeah,
It's
we
not
should,
in sight.
We should move quietly though, if we can.
Great, stealth
I
checks.
take my helmet.
Delightful. Stealth checks, the two of you.
Why'd you bring me?
Because you can heal me.
That's a nat 20. I'm so stoked.
Hey! First one of the night.
12.
Beautiful.
That evens out, right?
So here's how I imagine this, right? You, First Claw, do the very, smart thing. You're still using your magnetized boots, right? Because
Yeah.
there's no gravity in here,
Mhm.
right? You're still using your magnetized boots. You're, clicking along, but it's, as stealthy as you can be in magnetized boots, right?
Yeah.
Whereas Andy clicks her magnetized boots.
Andy!
Oh my god,
Oh
I've
my
totally
God!
gone back in time to another character. Kia demagnetizes, thinking that everything's fine, and just floats. And is confused for a second, but makes absolutely no sound until she latches on with all fours upside down to
Arms. I like to think that I'm be very quiet, and then I turn around and there's just no one behind me, and then I look up and she's just pulling herself quietly.
And both of you look around the corner. Across the way, you can see the airlock to where the enemy ship is, right? But around the corner that leads deeper into this space station, you peek around, and there is just a bloody mess.
Is there anyone recognizable in the bloody mess?
Bodies of a half dozen colors are spilling, bodies containing blood of a half dozen colors that's spilling from their spacesuits, and paling corpses. Large gun emplacements, as soon as you pop around, snap to face you, but make sounds.
Okay. I step away from the open space in the hall and wait for it to
Silence.
shoot. Is it shooting?
No, I think they're out of bullets. That's what it would seem like.
Oh, is
Out
that
of
what
ammo.
you're... I don't know what that means. Is that what that is?
It already shot everything and everyone.
Okay.
You're waiting for an answer that's not coming in.
Okay. Okay. I was
Anne's give it to me. She's just staring at me.
Okay. I'm going to say I'm going to try to turn them off.
Okay.
This is a potentially terrible idea. Okay,
It's
and
fine.
I
We're gonna be okay.
am going to get myself down in. So I'm around the corner from it, right? And
Yeah.
so I want to run, jump, and lock to the other wall, and then release my gravity clicks to then use the zero grav to push me super fast in the direction of the gun, so I can try and claw them apart.
Great. They follow you as you move towards them, but they're not firing. And then you begin to rail into them, right?
And then I say, I think we're good
Yeah, no kidding.
for now. I look
Covered
around.
in splashes of bunch of different blood as you cast through this room
Yeah.
of pure carnage.
Okay.
On my white and blue fur. Blah.
Perfect.
Okay.
What the fuck did the Vesk sound like?
Russian?
Yeah, she was
Oh
Russian.
She
no.
was a little bit like this.
Yeah.
But she's not in there, so it's fine. Probably.
Why do you think you know what is happening? You
I
know
don't.
what is
I'm just
happening.
hoping. There's a difference between knowing and hoping.
Yeah, get your
Yeah.
things. Give me your thing.
Give me a thing.
Give me a
This is
thing.
about to get real.
I got the thing. Would someone pass me a water bottle? I need your care.
Oh, I need one.
I need your arms around me. I need to feel your touch.
What?
Actually, while we've done this, can I just pee now so that we don't
Yeah,
have to
go
to the
pee.
directly later?
I want to get some soda too.
Great.
Get some broda.
All right.
And that's millennial humor. Great. Are we all ready?
Yep. No.
Just
But yes.
I don't understand what's going on. Let me know when you're all ready.
I'm ready.
Scared.
That was I'm ready. Okay.
Do you have a picture of this space station somewhere?
No.
Okay.
Why?
I just was gonna paste it into my notebook.
Maybe I'll draw you one.
Okay. That'd be great. I'll give you my notebook. You can draw it in there yourself.
Master sketch is so lovely.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
I like it.
Amazing. It looks like Parker.
It does have Parker vibes.
Good.
You did great.
Caster.
I hardly know her.
Nice how you are.
What?
He just said
Oh,
it's
right.
nice,
The
though.
joke.
The joke is dead.
Long live the joke.
It's like, what's happening? Come back and play this game with me, please.
I was in
I'm over
the
30.
pharmacy today, and I was caught a little bit of the news, which was just Nancy Pelosi is like on this impeachment kick, and mostly what she's doing is just talking shit so that Trump will freak out. She's so good at just making him angry, and it's so funny to watch.
Yeah.
Today, the thing is that her like big speech was his family needs to make what is that word when you get in the way of someone who wants to do drugs? An intervention. His family and friends need to intervene.
It's really funny though to hear her like going after impeachment stuff because she's also trying to be the voice of like that's not going to do us any good if we try that. So she's like a little bit trying to play both sides, which she's
So
a career
here's
politician.
what I think.
Yeah.
The Democrats are heavily going through the judicial route, which is working, right?
Yeah.
And mostly what they think their best strategy is, and I kind of agree, is just getting dirt, which will be released into the air and will make re-election much more difficult,
Mhm.
right?
Impossible, potentially, yeah.
They're never going to be able to impeach him with a
No.
Republican Senate.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
No.
Just never.
With McConnell there, no, not a chance. He'll just
So-
refuse to take it up. Watch them do that.
Yeah.
Watch them push him for impeachment through the House,
Mhm.
and watch like if in a world in which they do that,
Mhm.
and the House successfully impeaches him, a la Clinton times, right?
Yeah.
And the House did it, and then the Senate has to decide whether to take them off and send them
Yeah.
home, and he just was like, "Nah, let's just not pull that vote up." And you're like,
Yeah.
"Huh?" Which is basically what they did
Exactly.
to Clinton. Like they just
Exactly.
decided to just not vote on that. Like,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Or did they not vote on that? I can't remember. I should correct.
I don't think they
Remember.
Do you
voted
remember
on
if they
it.
voted on it or whether they voted and it failed, and so therefore he just was impeached but kept office,
Oh, that's also could
right? Because
happen.
that's what happened to Clinton. Is he was technically impeached, but he maintained his position as president. They just
So fucking
it was
weird.
weird. Yeah, politics is weird.
Let me finish this.
Bless you.
Bless.
Oh,
Thank you.
wow.
I'm gonna finish this
Was
candy.
I forget? It was.
I'm
there,
gonna
was there a
finish
president that has been
those
successfully impeached? I feel like there was.
There's
Like they have been
well,
impeached,
Nixon,
but
Nixon
not.
left before he could.
Yeah, he was resigned. Irregardless.
Oh, that's
Oh,
not a
you
word.
motherfucker.
Don't fucking.
Oh yeah, like you saying it's not a 30 is fine, but me saying irregardless is that crossing the line.
Because I was just playing Helena's game. You're just fucking with.
Oh, so
crap.
you're
We're all
so you're a
playing my
follower.
game.
Is that what an Aries
I'm
is?
trying to
sometimes.
play Miles's game.
Ooh.
But Miles is
Ooh. By
playing
the way-
my
But
game.
Miles is playing
By the way,
my game.
I am.
Son of a... Fucking shit. Better not take us away for more than a day. We don't have one. I'm very scared. It's gonna be fine.
We'll be fine.
We won't crash and burn on the planet. It's fine.
I keep on waiting for silence.
Sorry.
So don't.
Just
So
shut us
foolish.
up. Just shut us up.
There's a bang on the sealed doors in front of you. And you, like, look out of your, like, insane slashing rage,
Yeah.
just, like, impaling these
Charge.
guns over and
Yeah.
over again, right? To see...
With my fist weapon, my Wolverine
Exactly.
puncher. It
Wolverine
glows.
puncher.
Yeah.
Technical term.
It's a fist weapon. It's a claw.
Do you have anything else you want to say about it?
I also have my glowy moat in front of my forehead, just like a cool tiara that never leaves.
Is it your
Like the
first claw?
Princess of Paws I am. It is my
The last
claw, but it's not the first one.
Nor will it be the last.
God damn it.
So,
Say.
the
And
bang.
you look up through one of the, like, couple windows
Yeah.
in the in the blast doors in front of you. And you see this, like, large, reptilian face.
Yeah.
It's, like, staring at you.
Yeah.
And you hear through it, you say, "Hey! You come for your friend?"
I'm so mad. I'm sorry. I heard the wee woo, like in my mind. And I say, I was so disappointed that I didn't get to meet you before. Apparently, you made quite the impression.
Well, we're both making impressions today. Look, we're in a bad situation. Now, I want to make a deal.
Oh, now you want to make a deal?
Yes, now I want to make a deal.
Why don't you tell me about it
I
quickly?
mean, I wanted to make a deal before, but they attacked. Look, I've been very diplomatic throughout this entire thing. Okay. I have your friend.
Mm.
I have Quentin. Now, I just woke him up out of stasis, and I've injected him with toxin.
God! That was me just crawling out of my skin. Let me guess, you have the antidote.
Yeah, you figured this one out pretty quick. I also have another hostage back here, the owner of the platform. Now, I need two things. I need you and your crew, if they're still alive, to get this platform stable. And I need you to repair the pod on my ship so that I can get out.
When will you exchange our friend and the antidote?
When I'm leaving.
When you get on your ship.
When I'm half gone, I'll send you the information.
The information.
You said you
there
have
she
the
is.
physical antidote.
No, the information to fabricate it.
Oh, I just, like, punched the wall. Not, like, hard, like, just in frustration.
Yeah. Yeah, let me take my hand down for making sound effects.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, no, it's fine. I punched the wall, out of frustration, and I, like, report this to you, basically, and motion you in.
She's heard all of it.
Yeah. I didn't know how loud
Yeah,
it was.
I was just outside.
Yeah.
Before. So you don't even have the antidote on you. You're just going to give us the information for it.
Yes.
That could take us away from our mission here.
You think I care? This is simple. I go down with your friend, or we work together in my terms.
So start talking about what we need to do. More specifically, we have someone on our crew who was a whiz with fixing things. It's possible he could fix your ship. But if what you need for your ship comes from our ship, there is no way that we can help you. We could offer you transportation to the surface in that case.
Look, I've given you my demands. They are not changing.
You can't give us our friend who's dying to leave us on a ship that is going to cascade down into the planet's surface with a ship that doesn't function. Do you see what I'm saying?
My demands are clear.
I'm so mad. Sorry. I had to
Okay,
pull
so
out.
And I believe we're running out of time.
Well, let's go check out the ship first.
Okay. Fine. Let's see if we need Caster.
I bring up my comms and I say, Caster,
Yep, here.
is there any way that you can lock these doors, holding these people in so that you can leave our ship and go and check out her ship to see if you can fix it?
I believe so, yeah.
I don't want them being able to leave and take our ship while we're doing their fucking work.
Certainly. You've got it.
Okay.
Great. Yeah, I mean, they're already locked in there, right?
Right, but they've locked me out. Like,
Yeah.
I want to lock them in.
Oh, yeah.
That's
totally.
what I'm saying.
Okay, then make a computers check. Yeah.
Poopers. Beep, beep, boop, 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 beep, 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 beep. Computer.
Oh!
Natural 20!
Womp, womp, womp!
You control the system!
Yeah. He fixes everything.
I've hacked into the mainframe.
Delightful.
I can see everything.
Delightful. So they're locked in, yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Where are you going?
So let's get you in. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go check out the
Oh,
ship.
I gotta do the spacewalk thing.
Yeah.
So he's going over there. Are you guys going over there as well?
I will... I don't think I'm going to be helpful doing that. Like, I don't think I have...
The Vesk is...
Yeah. I'll be helpful in terms of, like, getting information from people about what to do, but...
So you're just going to guard them right now?
Yeah, like,
Great.
I'm going to put myself in a position where they would have to get through me if for some reason they overrode our lock-in.
So you're going to stay exactly where you are?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Where are you going, Kia? What's your plan?
I'm gonna actually... I think
you
I'm
should.
gonna go with Caster. Yeah.
You should.
Great. Alright, so you guys go into the other ship, right? Doors open, the debris of this other ship, the, like, half of a halfling kind of flies across.
Cool.
Ew.
Half a halfling.
Half a halfling.
So,
Just a
quarterling.
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 That was a very
High fives.
gentle high five. There you go. Fix it and pose.
Fix it in post.
But do it slightly out of sync.
And sure enough, there's a drift capable pod in the rear of this ship, right? That is capable of carrying like one person. It's mostly like it's like a deluxe escape pod, right? Could be used as a fighter if you slap some guns on it. It's not going to take that much work to like fix up. It mostly needs like charging and like a little bit of and make an engineering check.
Engineering check. That was supposed to be a wrench sound. I haven't practiced my wrench sounds. Oh, that was really close. That was almost a 1. Oh, but guess what it is?
What?
It's a 30.
Oh, the DC
Yeah,
35.
dirty 30.
Shut.
So you now know that the pod is basically intact and would take less than 10 minutes to get running.
That was pretty easy.
Yeah, wrench sound.
Fix it in post.
Correct.
So
Alright.
we report back that the...
Alright, pod's fixed.
Alright, now what was the next thing you wanted us to do?
We need to stabilize the station, correct?
Right. Alright, so I guess I'll...
Wait,
Can-
the pod's done?
Yeah. We're heckin' great.
It's a shame you can't get out till we get our friend. And this is...
Want to try that
Sorry.
one more time?
It's a shame I can't let you out till we get the ship stabilized. The station, I mean.
You could let me out right now.
So that you could turn around and blow us sky high?
Does the pod have any weapons on it?
Oh, this was not her ship, right? This
No,
was
this
just
is
a...
just the
I
pod.
misunderstood. Okay, I'm sorry. I misunderstood. Roll it back. Sky high? No. Oh, too soon. I went back. I say, okay, so the pod is fixed. And we need to get the ship in order. Is your captive able to tell us what to do? Where we need to go to?
Would you let me go now?
Why? I mean, will why can't we finish the entire thing?
Can I go now? I'll give you the antidote information as soon as I'm off.
Oh, you didn't. She didn't want us to stabilize the station as well.
She did want that.
I
Didn't
thought that you would. I don't know what happened. I thought that it was. Look, I am operating on only so much information here.
Right.
I need to get out of here.
Okay, fine. I mean, I run it by you guys.
Great.
Yeah,
Great.
the sooner she's out of our hair, the better.
Yeah, let's get Cody.
Okay, sure. I say unlock it and let her out.
You got it. Unlocking now.
Door comes open, right?
Yeah.
She, lets down Kodiak, who, begins to wake up, right? As soon as he hits the ground.
Yeah.
Whatever sedative or
Yeah.
stasis that he's been under starts to disperse.
Yeah.
And she, large, flaming, daisho in hand, begins to, stalk around, keeping eyes on all of you.
What are you going to tell his family?
That sounds like a tomorrow problem.
It's not something. How much are they paying you?
This is not information that I give out. We have made our exchange.
I'm offering you another deal. He clearly doesn't want to go back.
You're good to talk, yeah. Okay.
They're just gonna kill you, you know. They don't brook failure well. And you know they've got the money to spend.
Can't we give her something to help her convince them that you are dead?
They don't want me dead.
Yes, but she cannot bring back a corpse.
If they wanted me dead, they'd just stay with the story they've already put out. They don't want me dead. They want me back and alive. Anything less, she's... Oh, my head.
Anything less and they'll kill her?
Oh, probably. It depends on how comical they're feeling.
Why don't we just let her go?
Because if she leaves, she'll just come back and try to take him again. So, what amount of money would you need to leave this deal behind?
Money? No, mommy. No. This is much bigger than that.
Then what?
Money.
No, I mean, then what would you want instead? Is there anything we could do to make you leave him alone?
No.
We'll
No.
deal with her later. Let her
Look,
go.
I'm not... He's being a little extreme. He's waking up, maybe a little delusional. Think about someone that people want hunted down this badly, and then maybe double check who you're spending time with. Meanwhile, I am going to hop on my pod like we discussed, and then you can
I
save
just
me if
stay
you-
crouched on the ground next to Kodiak, kind of holding his arm comfortingly, and I don't. But I just there's just the smallest, just under her breath as she's leaving, not in a threatening way, just to this is my territory, and if you come back, there will be more of us next time. I'm not going to be happy about it.
You will send us the antidote,
Yes.
or at least the instructions.
It doesn't do her any good to have him die.
Yeah.
We know that much already.
Great. Get the fuck out.
She slowly backs away and around the corner, and then you can hear her speed up and continue down to her ship.
Mm-hmm. I tap Kodiak on the shoulder, and then I move inside to have a look at the other captive.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go sit with Kodiak.
Do you want? You can do that first if you want. If you want to.
I mean, we haven't been sent any information about whatever the toxin is.
Oh, I just thought you wanted to have a conversation. And I
no,
didn't
I'm
wanna...
just sitting and petting.
Okay, just the gentlest
It's
pets.
meeting you here.
Hello.
So, The other captive is dressed in, like, the most ragged,
Yeah.
coffee-stained, food-stained, single space jumper that you've ever seen, right? This, like, kind of scrawny dude of about, like, 40, clearly human. You don't think that he's left this platform or, like, the operations of this place in, like, a very, very long time. And he, like, kind of floats forward towards you and goes, "Well, dang, you done that. That and me and old little lady, she was a piece of work, you know what I'm saying?
I can't.
And this boy, woo, in stasis from first moment. They got tore up, all of them, except for her goddamn auto guns. Yeah, completely until they's out of ammo. She tore out them magazines. I've never seen anything that large move that fast. Except, well, no, it ain't no.
I'm Captain Amaru Kyuka, and it's your lucky day. We do want to stabilize the, do you know how to stabilize the station?
No, we're in one heck of a pickle.
Then what good are you? Okay, so,
Sound like a Sagittarius.
I look at you, and I'm just like, we've got to figure out how to keep this station from crashing planet-side now.
You is Castro.
Yes.
Gotcha. So we're face to face again?
Yeah, we're all...
Alright, cool.
She's decided you're here.
I don't know, are you here? I don't know, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to teleport you.
You're like...
I'm sorry, do it. You can do what you wanna do.
Okay, Michael Jackson. Oh, God.
We lost our friends. It's fine.
So are you waiting by the pod then?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, do that.
Pod's gone.
Bye.
She shut off?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. I guess the caster sees Kodiak and is like, Kodiak! Quentin, are you...
It's alright.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Just there's a pretty constant ringing in my ears right
That
now.
boy got messed up. You
Pretend
don't walk
he's
out.
hungover.
Don't want to wake out
Oh,
a
Is
stasis that
it
quick.
worse
Not
than
never.
hangover, Jules?
Mm-mm.
Who's...
Miss you right up.
Who's your new friend?
12-day bender hangover.
What are you saying?
He's not saying anything. I've just decided to ignore him.
Anna's so mad at me.
No, literally, he's just, I'm trying to, listen to this interchange and, understand reality, and he's just like, I don't give a good god dang about that. And I just turn to him and I go, I am the captain now.
My station.
Not if you don't know how to save it.
It's still legally. I got the papers.
Can I see them?
No, you'll take them away.
No, I just want to see them.
No, you'll take them away from me.
Can I try to persuade him?
Ain't my first rodeo.
Radio?
Rodeo. Look, we're wasting time with you being flustered by my accent. Only got 45 minutes.
Okay, we need to get to work. Caster, please.
So we need to find the source of the problem, yes? AKA that it's been busted.
Sure.
That's
Has
part
this
one.
Never happened before.
No. Explosion dang old blew us out of orbit.
Explosion?
Inside explosion.
What
or
started the
outside
explosion?
The auto cannons may have been a little aggressively calibrated by yours truly. And
you
so
don't
when,
have any more cannons.
No, we do not, but we also do not have the fuel canisters that they exploded.
Okay, so we can take some fuel canisters from her ship.
Whose ship?
This woman attached to the station. She left in a
that
pod,
ship.
but there might be some fuel canisters aboard.
No,
hers.
I was saying, I
Like
was
the
not
big
saying that
ones?
we're lacking fuel canisters
Oh.
that are keeping us alive. No, they are exploded, and that's what blew us.
I see. I
Of
see.
course, per se.
Okay. So let's try to get the thrusters online to get us back into orbit.
No thrusters.
How-
We were in synchronaceous. I can't. I'm a little fuzzy on the.
Is there a place that
He's saying get off of the station.
we're going
first
to
of all.
try to... I understand, but we want to try to push it back into orbit.
No, I'm just trying to tell you what it is. There
Yes.
weren't any thrusters keeping us in orbit. We
Right.
were falling continuously.
Right, but if we could,
and our
if we
fall
could,
was
if we
keeping us.
could map a way to get you back into orbit, say by using our own ship's thrusters, that might work. If we connected to a good connecting point.
I'm not sure. It's risky.
I mean, is the Kingfisher going to be powerful enough to help with that?
I mean, we have super powerful. All we have is thrust.
Yeah, but it's still a station, first
That's
of all.
the thing. It's a station. Why
It's
don't we just
there's
stay
zero
on-
gravity.
Yeah, but it's still
It's
in the gravitational
mass.
pull. It's bigger than us. I mean, this is basic physics. First of all, I'm sorry. I don't mean to disrespect. I'm dying, so I might as well just say what I'm feeling.
Parker,
right
you
now.
are the only one who can make checks to
Mhm.
like actually affect this because you have physical science and engineering checks, right?
Then
I also have
let
physical
me.
science.
Shall I?
Yeah, absolutely.
Everyone
Everyone else is saying things out
back
of,
and
out
forth.
of, out
and,
of, out of
I have
Catch-
relative ignorance.
I
right?
have training in physical science, but I'm not super good at it.
Then you,
But
can, I mean,
Ann
you can
Richmond
absolutely
doesn't
be
know
making
these
checks,
things.
right?
I'm also good at
So
I mean, we're like operating on a combination of like how physics works, basically, and also like
What's cool.
this is sci-fi,
I
right? So we're mixing these two.
Would, I would
Yeah.
like to pass out for a second.
You want to pass out? All right, go for it.
No, Cody. I go over and I just kind of like. Actually, can I make a really fast check to catch his head?
I don't need you to. Sure, you caught the head.
Okay, I just don't want him to ignore it more.
Okay.
I guess I should do a physical science check in order to see if we're even able to push a whole station in zero gravity.
Yeah. Like if we can't fix this, then
That'd be physical science, right? Because that's
Yep.
physics.
It sounds like physical science, and we are losing time
yeah.
Yes.
as we continue to. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
think
we're
we
this is
fail.
real time. Okay, Miles just held up a
No
stopwatch
one
on
knew
his
there
phone.
was an actual
Yeah.
timer.
I did.
I didn't.
I thought it was a soft hour and a half.
Kia knew and she kept it.
Okay,
want us?
yeah,
You
that's
just
a
want
natural
us?
one.
You just want
You
us.
can do a reroll, can't
Okay.
you?
Oh, I can do a reroll. Yeah,
Is that going to be yours,
I have.
or are you going to let someone else take the take?
No, I'm gonna do it. I got I'll use my. I guess I'll use my memory module,
Uh huh.
which allows me to reroll.
You could do that on this one, or you could save it for something else.
I could just roll
So,
again.
well, wouldn't I get a penalty for a natural one?
Sure. I mean, it's a skill check, so like it's a knowledge skill check, so like I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I mean,
there's
like-
only
Okay,
so much I
then
can
I'll
do.
just reroll, right?
Yeah, either you can do it or you can let Helena roll. I can assist you and give you. Is advantage a thing? I don't know what this game is.
No, an assist would give a couple, like 2 points of additional.
Okay.
bump.
Cool.
Right.
So
Then-
I'll assist
Right.
then
sure. Let's
because I'm trained in it.
let's
so
put our heads
prediction
together,
is-
everyone.
Oh my god.
13.
13.
God. Sorry.
Everything okay?
Yeah. I just got a really number. Yeah, that's a 13 for me as well.
You re-rolled.
Yeah, I rerolled.
Oh.
Okay.
Everybody's rolling.
So you spent your once per day on that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
Cool. And got a 13.
Quentin is also rolling, but on toxic.
Great. So you, with a 13 about this situation, I mean, Kingfisher can absolutely provide course correction to this thing, right? The
Mhm.
question is the degree, which is like magnitudes above, right?
So we can maybe.
You could spend some more time, right? And get
You
a
don't have a
clearer
lot of
answer using the ship's computer.
That sounds risky, because there are other things I kind of want to answer too.
Well, what else? I mean, So, go ahead.
Can I wake up slightly and just like pull Kia closer to me?
Mhm.
Please,
Louder.
please get out.
Hey guys, I think we should leave.
I think we might have to call this a loss.
Go.
I'm gonna put my hand on Kodiak and try to heal as much as I can for him. Just kind
Great.
of breathe
What
in.
are you doing?
I'm going to do a Mystic Cure to give him. Though I guess if he's poisoned, it doesn't really help. Is he losing health points right now?
No,
Oh.
he's at full health.
Oh, then never mind.
John's
He's
playing
just
sick.
Yeah.
Okay, in that case, Kia puts her hand on him and just pets him kindly.
I was stuck in stasis for hours, and then I had
Do you
talked
guys
into
have?
my system.
You guys are talking back and forth. There aren't a lot of questions coming my way.
Yeah,
right?
well, I guess that we need to decide right now, and it sounds like we're all kind of leaning towards we do not have enough time to sort of keep doing this, so we need to take the L, as my father used to say, and just let this station go and make sure that we escape with our lives.
Yeah, I didn't know why we were going to save it anyway.
Oh, I thought that was kind of like on the
Hundreds
list.
and thousands of credits.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
this is your planet, not mine.
Well, it's
Oh wow! Kia won't be with the crew for much longer.
I look at I say there needs to be some way that we can salvage anything that we can from the ship before it burns up in Atmo.
You're just stealing my things now?
Yeah.
We'll cut you in. They're
What?
your things.
No.
Are you going to go down with this?
Yes.
Okay.
Be reasonable.
Alright, guys, let's head back to the ship.
I look at him and I say, "You're going to die. You said you don't know how to write it."
I'm gonna do my darndest.
Can I do a check to see if he's real?
He's real.
Well, I don't know. I have a holographic belt thing that makes people look like I'm real too.
Sure.
Like, you know, I don't know what
What
That's
is...
the toxins.
I'm sorry for acting like that was a stupid question.
I
You were
too
so right.
thought
This
it
was
was
a world
weird.
of
Yeah.
magic and
Sci-fi
strange
game, so I
Yes.
thought maybe he was just like...
Yeah.
That
Please
stanky
excuse
face.
me.
I say, then what would you do? I mean, this is not our area of expertise here.
It's
If you
not
can
my
give us-
area of expertise either. It's not anyone's area of
So
expertise.
if you were going to run somewhere right now and try to do something, where would you go?
If I
The bridge?
I have no thrusters on the ship. So,
Can I make a check to
Uh-huh.
like calm him and get him to like in a functional and less panicked thinking
that
space?
sounds like a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. So diplomacy.
Yeah, sounds good. Yes, get the NPC to do your problem solving for you.
Well, like I can't. We rolled real shitty. Like there's something we can do. We can't
you
get
have
that
asked
back.
literally one question, right?
Okay.
Do you have any other questions to ask?
I
In
mean,
16 minutes. So was that counter that you were showing counting down from 16 minutes? 16 minutes?
It's counting up.
It's counting up.
Yeah.
so we have about 40 minutes
You
left.
have about 40 minutes left.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well, that kind of...
Okay.
That alters everything.
Yeah.
That was the
I thought
time.
we had 15 minutes left suddenly, and I was
No,
like,
no,
how
no.
did this
No, no,
happen?
no, no.
Okay, so let's think for a second. What else could we do?
Is there any way to jettison pieces of the station to make it
Lighter?
lighter?
Yeah, we could lose gas.
The gas is what's going to be worth money later, though. Yeah,
Well,
I
we
mean,
can.
the station itself is worth a lot of money.
because we can always rebuild and attach other pieces
Yeah.
if we get it back up into the sky.
I say, why don't we take the gas instead of jettisoning it and move it onto our ship?
That's the thing you could do. You'd have to attach to the outside of the outer ring, though, which is going to be one heck of a task. But you got on this thing, so I suppose you can do just about anything.
It's not about anything, but I can do a lot.
You said it was spinning. No, you didn't. No, I don't know this yet.
You don't...
I don't know how we're
You've been
following.
on here. It's fine.
Yeah,
We're
you-
spinning. Yeah.
You're looking outside and just
Could
seeing
we-
white streaks of stars past the window.
So could we jettison something while it's on a particular point in the curve to try and catch it out?
Yeah,
into
if
space?
we jettisoned it out and away, then we could
Like,
just
as it
finish what we're
spins up
doing
to
and
try
do a pickup mission afterwards and try to pick up whatever we could.
That might work. Yeah, we could
Instead of
try to
having do
throw
it all the
things
time
off of
and
it.
we can
Yeah,
grab
yeah.
what we need off the ship. with
Yeah.
What's left?
All right, then let's time the release of jettisoning whatever we can to make this as light as possible, so that when we use our thrusters, we will be able to push it back out.
Yeah, what I'm a lot of the struts on the outside are a little delicate, so finding the right place to attach it to is going to be difficult. I mean, the first thing would be to slow the spin, right?
So
Because
what if from where you are, you push in the opposite direction? You know how you steer into the skid?
Yeah.
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 So we would be using it to basically like slow the. This is I'm flashing back to something from Space Camp.
Yeah.
So,
Go Space Camp, go.
Yeah, no, you actually would do that. This happened to me during our mission. I was the pilot.
Oh my god, Space Camp story.
Yeah, it was Advanced Space Academy, but it's fine. It was for like slightly older kids, and on our longer mission we had trouble on re-entry, and it was that we were attached to the space station, and we had to like readjust using our thruster. So basically, like steer as the station, but from where we are based on the physics
Yeah.
of the scenario. So that's what we'd have to do.
Yeah, exactly. What he did to
Yeah.
Doc.
Mhm.
Yeah.
so I have a question for
Yeah.
our NPC friend. 2 questions for him. And 1 question for you, Miles.
Yeah.
First question for him is, what's your name, sir?
James.
James. James, you said there are other struts that are more secure to attach to than...
Yeah, I mean, with the structural, with the explosion, let's not mince words. With the explosion, it's been, who knows what's sturdy and what's not anymore up there.
Fair enough.
But sure, I mean, there's cables, and then there's struts, and then there's I-beams, and
Cool.
yeah.
And then my question for you
Yes.
is, what's the timer on my toxins?
Oh,
Since there's a timer on.
absolutely. We
We
haven't
don't know yet.
addressed that. You have a more forgiving timer.
Okay.
Okay. So
The Vesk has
Any
not
word?
sent me any word.
Right. Toxins, of course. Excuse me. Make a fortitude check.
First roll of the night, friends.
Yay, he's burned.
You're welcome for the homework.
22!
Oh!
Good. You're fine. I mean, you could just, like, shake off the poison if you roll well enough for long enough.
That's dope. I'll take that. I'll take that option.
Right.
Okay.
You did well tonight.
So
far.
I
Let's
choose-
not get ahead of
yeah, no,
ourselves.
let's be very careful with that.
I choose to muscle through the poison.
Yeah.
Just complimenting my die.
No, it's great. I'm with you. You got to make sure
All right.
they are appreciated. So let's move it along. So let's see where we would need to attach.
Great.
That's better.
Absolutely. So you can, like, attach onto the outer side,
And then
right?
start to slow the spin.
Oh, okay. So here's my question for
Yeah.
you, right? Let's talk planning.
Yeah.
So on the outer rim, right, there's
Yep.
several, like, gas bubbles,
Yeah.
right? Which
Oh, right. So
hold
first,
bubbles inside them.
first
so
we
the
want
first
to
step
jettison
is
those
you
out
guys.
and away from the planet.
So in order to do that,
Yeah.
right, we're gonna have to either send you out onto these struts, right? Do a spacewalk out there, and then manually release
yeah.
or create a hole, right? Cut a hole
Yeah.
so that they vent in a specific way,
Uh-huh.
slowing the actual.
Oh,
right?
Okay, that's
Um,
the thing.
Yeah, make an engineering check, Parker.
Engineering. I like fixing things.
Yay!
That's another 30.
Nice, great.
Yeah.
That will have possibility that might, like, increase our fall, right? Because we're sending
Yeah.
force out in one direction, right? And as we're spinning, the chance is that we will continue venting, and
Yeah.
it might start
So,
stop
taking-
us from spinning one way,
taking
and then
the
start
L
us
on the
spinning the
fuel,
other
yeah.
way.
Taking
right.
taking the L on the fuel and then
Mhm.
venting it might be actually safer on the overall than trying to cast the things away and create force that's pushing us back towards the planet.
Well, you can't, like, there's no option to, like, throw these things off.
Oh,
right?
that's what we were asking.
that's what we were
Yeah,
asking.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's
Really?
what I'm clarifying.
Okay. So, okay.
Because they're, like, physically a part of the struts,
Uh,
right? You can't, like, blast them away.
So when he said we could take gas out, he meant he literally meant just vent it.
The first thing that the first plan that you guys had was taking, instead of using the mass of the gas to slow your spin, was simply putting the gas into your ship so that it was lighter and easier to move, right? Yeah. Using the gas as a propellant is a different idea and has merit, but is also a certain degree of risky, because as soon as you have gas spewing, then it becomes uncontrollable and it might
also combust.
Explode.
So I don't like that.
I mean, not after. Actually, after it's out in space, it's not going to combust. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, if we are trying to puncture the gas canisters, perhaps if we puncture two on opposite sides, that'll cancel out. It won't go anywhere.
Oh, because they would be pushing against each other.
Yeah. You could start puncturing on one side. Have it slow it down, right? And then when it's when it's stopped the spin, then you could puncture the other side, provided that the force is enough.
So
to achieve that first.
I'm sort of the let's retain the gas and just pump it into our open fuel cells. And then because then we can retain it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Can we take any into transfer?
We can fill the drums in our cargo hold with it.
Yes.
And
you guys, I mean, you don't have like a space to hold gas. You're just gonna have to seal the doors on your cargo hold, and it'll be a gassy room for a while.
That is the most explosive.
The station
doesn't
have anything that it would use to like contain it and ship it.
No. This is just a holding area, right? We pull up from the planet, right? Send ships down there. Grab from the planet, store it here, right? Process it here on site, and then we have a ship that comes in regularly on a trucking route, grabs the gas from here and takes it out, right? All of our tubes all of our containers are attached to the rings.
Okay, I like your idea then. I say we take the L on the gas.
Great.
What does take the L mean?
Take the loss. Sorry.
It's a thing that soccer coaches say.
And apparently dog fathers.
And people who live in
the dog father.
Like it's also something that if you're like playing a shooter, a lot of people will be like, just take the L and let's start another match. Like don't make this this is we're not gonna win. Yeah. Like take the L, start another match.
Pour out the damn candy.
Thank you, sorry. I'm really sorry. I really thought that there's really only 5 pieces left here.
Pour out the damn.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry.
Alright, you ready?
Okay.
Alright. So, what's going on first?
So, I think, I'm pretty good at physical stuff, so I could go out on the spacewalk and try to do what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I could try on the other side. I'm not the strongest.
Here's the thing
Sorry.
about...
It has to be a spacewalk? There's no vents at all for an emergency situation?
No.
Wow.
Well, actually, the vents are straight out.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
So you could open the chutes, right? So actually, that's a fine point. If you got the spin to stop, right, and the correct side ended up facing towards the planet, right, you could then technically could vent those to help you start to jet yourself away from
the first part has to include a spacewalk. It's just the rest of the venting.
Yeah. In order to physically cut a hole in the side of one of these, which is what you're going to have to do.
So the only reason why I'm scared for you to do it is you're probably the only person who can put together the antidote for him. And if something happens to you, then Kodiak might be shit freak.
Okay, well,
but I guess
definitely not taking a spacewalk right now.
That's true.
Kodiak could take the spacewalk.
I could.
He could.
Yes.
But
Kodiak
he's
technically dazzled right now. He takes a -1 penalty on attack rolls and sight-based perception checks.
Okay.
At least he's not razzled.
I think,
thank God.
Honestly, I'm sorry to be so
Dying
pragmatic about this, but he's already dying. So, if he goes out there and we are successful, then we are successful. And you are able to help him. Versus if you and I go out there and we come back and you don't come back, then there's no way.
Then it's 2 people.
Yeah, then it's 2 people versus just 1. I mean, I could also die horribly, and then you could just go home and like take all the money. I'll give you the clothes.
I'm a rose.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, safe OSHA says, right? Is there a space OSHA says that you need 2 individuals on a spacewalk because you need someone to be a spotter in case one of you gets flung off of your struts. I think both of you should go out. You need someone to watch the other one. I mean, I do spacewalks alone,
the
but
two
I
of
need
us...
to be here, yeah.
Okay, so we'll go together.
Sure. Remember when I said I was really hoping not to die on this journey?
You'll be fine. Stop being dramatic.
Oh, I don't know how to be any other way.
I know you don't. We're glad you're back.
Thanks. Did anybody bring me a spacesuit?
We'll get you one. What?
We'll get you one.
That was savage, John.
By the way, here's Squawks.
Oh! Hey, little guy.
Therapy pet.
Till we walk out into the, wild blue yonder, or black
I know.
yonder.
Well, it's a goodbye, perhaps.
All right, what's going on?
All right, let's get out there and try to do this walk.
All right. Away.
Great.
And you should be on hand.
Yeah, where is
to
everyone?
Deal with any,
where is everyone going? I need action
you should
from
be
everybody.
in our ship
In the ship.
case you need to quickly
Thrust.
away or go find a better place to position yourself. Right?
I'll be with Cassie.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
to pick up somebody who's floating off.
All reasons. All good reasons. And I say...
You need to go be in the ship because we're rolling dice.
Harley goes to the ship. Got it.
Go
Me
be in
too,
the fucking
me
ship.
too.
Okay.
Ship time.
It's about to get polyhedral.
It's about to get real...
Shit's about to go 20-sided.
Okay.
All right, great. So you 2 are in the ship,
Yeah, we
Castor
are.
and Kia, and the other
And the
2 are
squawks.
beginning
And
to
the squawks.
squawks. Good to know. All right. So you descend down a service hatch, right towards one of the lower levels of the space station, and float over to the airlock that leads out onto these various different catwalks, right?
I'm gonna start using my obsidian dice because this is getting real.
Obsidian.
She's
We're in
breaking
the
out
black.
the igneous.
And the doors open in front of you, and the G's begin to the spinning of how fast this thing is going
Becomes way more
starts
apparent.
to hit you,
Yeah.
right? And you begin to click your way out onto the walkway.
So we're
right?
attached to each other by a.
Yeah, tell me how you're doing this.
Okay. So we should tether to each other.
Yep.
We'll use a tether from inside the ship. I'm supposing that they
What
have.
are we cutting? But it's just this may fall in retcon territory. What are we going to cut through the
So
outside of a space station?
he's
with?
figuring out. I have a fist weapon.
Yeah, but it's flame based. Yes, so stabbing into flammable gas.
That's fine. That's probably
The
fine.
only thing I have are knives, and I can't imagine that knives would do much of
I
anything
have-
to a space station.
Photon. Oh, +2
That
with photon
sounds like
activated.
fire.
Mm-hmm.
No, photon attunement is a thing.
Oh.
It's a solar weapon. It does slashing damage, not fire damage. I can make it do fire damage if I'm in combat.
What does your
by
graviton
activating.
do?
I can't. So here's something about Starfinder
Yeah.
that confuses me in regards to Solarians. All their attunement only kicks in combat. So
Yeah.
if you want to, I'm trying to reconcile it with is it just when I'm in danger?
We're combating
Or does this count? Because a lot of my graviton mode gives me access to cool gravity things and bonuses on reflex
I
saves.
see no reason you couldn't charge it up.
Yeah. And you
outside,
can let me
right?
know, like,
Yeah.
basically...
You can't stay charged because you're going to exhaust yourself, right?
Yeah.
Is the
Well, the thing is,
headcanon that I have
there's...
for
So the way that it works is every round,
that. Uh-huh.
it can ramp up. The more it ramps up to a maximum of 3
Yeah,
stacks,
exactly.
the more good it is, right?
Yeah.
Or the more useful it
Gets
is.
more gooder.
It gets good. But if you use like the graviton or the gravity well thing, then it exhausts at a certain point. Just like during combat, it exhausts your charges, and you have to start charging again.
Yeah.
So every 6 like basically as we're walking here, that's going to be more than 12 seconds. So I can just stay charged as long as I'm not using anything. Then once I use it, then I have to spend another half a minute.
Yeah, so I'd say
recharge.
that you can't keep it charged unless you're engaged, or you will exhaust yourself, right?
Yeah.
Just that makes sense in my head, right?
Just make sure if you can be clear to me as to what that means as we're going through the skill challenge.
Yeah, well, I think
so
that,
I can make good choices.
As you want to move as you want to prep something, right? You're gonna start as you move towards it, right? And if you have a new idea and need to prep something new in the middle of something, then that's going to be a new 30 seconds or whatever, right?
Yep. So I'm going to go ahead and...
Yeah, what does your graviton do? You can run on walls.
Cool. So I could do gravity boost. That would give me I could do black hole and gravity boost. That's basically all I can do. Black hole is pull numbers of creatures towards me.
Yeah.
So that would be very helpful if shit goes down.
Yeah, absolutely.
And gravity boost will allow me to add half my level to my athletics checks.
Cool. Does it do any different damage?
No.
It doesn't affect your damage.
No, my damage is still slashing. It's only fire if I activate that ability, which is if I attune to photon mode.
Yeah, so getting through the thick walls of this thing are going to be really, really hard.
Yeah.
Without some heat. And then heat. But you could weaken it with heat and then
switch.
And beat your way through the rest of it.
Yeah.
That's a thought.
That's probably
risky.
What we're going to have to
James didn't have a blowtorch or anything, or any other sort of tools that we could take out with us?
Yeah, absolutely. You guys can take a blowtorch if you so desire.
Then let's take that, because I don't want to have to punch a thing.
Yeah.
To get my arm blown off.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know.
Okay.
Boo.
Boo! More risks. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So let's do that. We'll get up there, or try to get up there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can I make the explosive gas flat-footed?
Leave me alone.
Leave me alone, he says.
Beautiful.
How often am I fortitude checking out of?
Whenever I tell you to.
Okay, just maybe on
Teacher, give us homework.
No, it was just.
No, it's good.
You've got 5 different things happening at the same moment.
Yeah,
so
no,
I was
it's very
player
true.
checking and make sure that
It's
they
very
haven't missed
true.
one.
I get it.
Sorry.
The hatred in Anne's voice.
I'm very nervous. I'm very anxious about losing our boy
Great.
out here.
All right.
John don't like that sound.
So you eventually, right,
Yeah.
reach the outside of this thing, right? And there's most of this intact ring is to your left, and there's 2 gas cylinders.
Yeah.
Excuse me. To your right. You are spinning towards the right, right?
Yeah.
So everything is flashing by, moving to the left in front of you, right? The moon that you just left and the planet that you're sinking towards.
Yeah. Don't you have a pistol that's got a laser?
Not laser. It's just bullets.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Never mind.
Yeah, it's just practical.
Cool. Time to fire things. It's
Cool.
fine.
What are you doing?
Okay, so I am going to motion to you to anchor, and then I will try to wait for the moment of whip where I think I can best wait for my graviton mode to go, and then jump up to where I need to be, and then hold on.
Great.
so that I can then blowtorch it.
So I'll find some
Beautiful.
sturdy piping
Yeah.
of some kind and kind of like loop it
Yeah.
along through it if I can and kind
Yeah,
of
absolutely.
Mhm.
hold on to our tether.
Yeah.
And
Or there
this
are like
makes
clips
me-
that you could fasten her into doubly, right?
Great, awesome.
This the description of this is that it increases my, what does it say? It says increase or reduce attraction to terrain at my
Great.
desire. So I'm basically like super centering myself so I can push off super easy for the jump, and then when I land it's like
Okay.
I'm
cool.
really on there.
Make an athletics check.
Ha!
Yeah.
Cool. And I'm going to
I have
add half my level.
Question while she rolls.
Yeah.
There was a negative modifier on me for a constitution thing that happened in the battle.
Yeah,
last
that's all
time.
gone. Yeah.
That is gone. Okay, great, good. I did not screw my math
23.
earlier.
Cured you to poison you.
That's cool. I just wanted to make sure I didn't give you a wrong number on important
Absolutely.
math.
So you like bound into
Yeah.
the air and like the physics of everything
Yeah.
like whips by you and you feel like yourself starting to like
Yeah.
pull away
Yeah.
from, and then you activate your graviton power, right?
Mhm.
And pull yourself with your active will and this like black force
Yeah.
into the cylinder ahead of you and like stick to the side
Yeah.
of it.
I like to believe that it's like there's on my
Yeah.
star moat that it's like black hole energy kind of like pushing in on it, and it's just like holding it in balance at bay to keep it from crushing it.
I love that.
Yeah, it's very cool in my mind.
It's very cool.
in my brain, it looks cool. Yeah,
Great.
it's like your soul is just vibrating, trying to like stay attached
Exactly.
to this earth or
And
not.
your fist goes
Yeah.
back, and the bright red blade springs out of it, and you
Mhm.
begin to just like cut into this,
Do I-
heating the
I have
metal.
to. Oh yeah, so
Yeah.
I have the yeah. Mhm.
Slowly heating it up. It starts to warm, right?
Yeah. So my it's like hard light, right? Is
Mhm.
the fist weapon,
Yeah.
and I want to say like as it's heated by this
Yeah.
because it is slashing damage, so it probably has some kind of metal properties.
Yeah.
It like starts to turn from white to like molten red magma
Yeah, exactly.
type situation.
So Parker, why don't you make a computer's check as you're like monitoring this to make sure that she doesn't superheat it
Mhm.
and cause the internal to the interior
Combust?
to combust.
To kombucha?
That's an 18.
An 18, fantastic,
And
beautiful.
I am hanging out with Benjamin the corpse.
Of course you are.
So we are on our phones and we're like losing engagement in the game and have since the very beginning, right?
Sorry.
I've been like waiting for engagement for you from a lot of this and like can't really play without half the party, right?
Yeah.
So I would love to have you guys in this, and I really do need all of you. I know that you were out at the beginning. I need you to come back in, right? And I need you. I like you're a little out of it in game, but like I need like you're in it now, right? And you have just as much in stake as this, right? Same for you, man. Like you have all the relevant skills, and you've been sitting on the back bench,
Got it.
right? So I need you to sit up, right? Because I wrote this for a lot of the things that we need you for. Beautiful, fantastic. Thank you guys. All right. So, 18. That's good. I love that. It was an 18, right?
Yeah.
I was afraid that I got 28 and 18 mixed.
No, it was 18.
Good.
But if you want to give us that 28, we'll
Yeah,
take
28's
it.
good.
I mean, you passed my DC. So.
Yeah.
You passed my DC. So you get a call out from Caster that like it's hot enough, but if you go much further, you're going to ignite the inside.
Okay. So I turn off
Mm-hmm.
the thing and like attach it to my belt
Mm-hmm.
and like begin trying to punch and drag
Yes,
with
absolutely.
my strong
I
arm.
want to do this. Athletics.
Okay. Yeah. 31.
31. Great. Beautiful. I love that. You start to like punch holes in this thing, and soon
Yeah.
there's a psh, and like gas busts out into you and like almost blasts you off.
Yeah.
Athletics check, actually.
Can I pull her back when I see that happen?
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Do I
Unless she
pull
wants to
that,
make a
or
bigger
can I
hole.
assist her in her athletic check by pulling on her?
hope that you do.
What'd you get?
13 altogether.
13. Great.
Yeah, so-
I love that.
Yeah, 13.
You are surprised by this, and
Yeah.
it hits you clean in the chest,
Yeah.
and you fly backwards
Yeah.
off of it, right?
Yeah.
And then because the station is coming
Yeah.
your direction, right? It kind of mostly just pushes
Yeah.
you off to the side, and you bounce
Yeah.
off the side of this cylinder, taking 9 points of damage. Athletics check, John, as you begin to pull her in.
Yep. Can I punch my claw into the hull to try and
Slow
keep
yourself.
myself
Totally.
from-
What'd you get?
16.
16. Awesome. Make an athletics check for that, Anne.
And this is my graviton is done because
Yeah.
I used it, so I'm just telling you that so that you're aware. So that's 19.
Beautiful. Fantastic. So you, Kodiak, put all your weight into this, or not weight, because there is no weight. All of your muscle into this, right? You've hooked yourself tightly into the rails, and you begin to pull her back in as she's flying down the cat rails, away from anything that she could grab onto, right? And you manage to get her just within range of one of the railings, right?
Yeah.
And you scramble and grab
Yeah.
onto it, tearing pieces of the paint away as you begin to fall back, and eventually are able to pull your boots onto the ground and click.
I imagine that it's I punch through the hole in the railing and then try to grab around the railing, and it's I'm almost losing my grip on this thing and shaking as it's just and it gets caught on my claw weapon, and then I'm able to just not die
love
is the plan.
Beautiful. Dang it.
Is
What
that
just
a good dang it or a bad dang it?
The gas puffs out and then decreases suddenly.
Yeah.
And you hear over the radio, "Dang it, it froze. It froze. You're going to have to keep it a little bit warm."
The gas froze.
Okay. Fuck! Okay, so I will begin recentering myself in graviton mode. And I'll
20 minutes.
say anchor, we gotta get back over there.
Okay,
And I will go and try and heat it up again.
Beautiful. Make an athletics check to get up there.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Nice.
Beautiful. So you run clicking easily over this as the let me see, how does physics work? You're spinning this way.
Yeah. Well, it's
So
you're running against the skid. You're driving into it.
Oh, you're
Because it's
running
trying to
with it
right
okay.
now.
Just
right?
kidding.
That's
Because you
great.
went back along
Oh, okay.
it, right? Because if it's spinning
Yeah.
to your right, you were relatively still.
Yeah.
Right? So it was sliding
Yeah.
left from Kodiak's perspective. And now you're trying to run with it, right?
Yeah.
You
It's the fastest
get
I've
your
ever been.
hands you know what? You manifest a second claw, shorter one,
Ugh.
out of your other hand. I'm doing it for you.
Okay, great.
And dig them into the ground
Yeah.
and begin to bound forward on all fours before leaping off and clinging to the side of it,
Yeah.
just barely hooking your fingers into
Uh-huh.
the frozen hole that you made.
So I just need to keep it. So I aim the thing at the actual bulb to keep the stuff hot within it.
What are you gonna do?
Well, yeah, because she wouldn't be let me light this gas on fire. So she
Yeah.
would try to heat the outside metal
Yeah,
to keep it, to make it unfreeze and
Totally.
be liquid again.
totally.
Yeah,
Great.
yeah. So I do that.
Yeah, make an engineering check.
I'm not
Uh-oh.
super good at that, but it'll be fine.
Linda's face.
I'm nervous.
Oh, okay, that's great. That's a 19.
Nice.
Whoa, yeah.
Plus nothing, so we're okay, everybody.
Holy shit, natural 19.
So you begin to carefully heat the outside of this with this plasma torch, right?
gently just heating the metal. And you notice that the ice slowly begins to melt, and soon, like, condensation is, like, rippling fast back off the sides of this sphere before the gas starts. And then it bursts forward, sending ice flying out. Make a reflex save.
Hell. Can I get +1 to that? Ooh, that's another natural 20.
What is going on?
So that's 25 total.
Nice, beautiful. So you, like, are able to get out of the way as the ice shards, like, rip past your helmet, right? And this thing begins to slow down, slowly but surely.
So now we have to get to the other side, right?
You hear over the comm. It's not happening fast enough. I don't think there's enough in that tank.
Okay, we gotta release another one.
You're gonna have to go to the far one and hit that one as well.
Okay, so we need to run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you run in space with mag boots? I mean, I watched you just do it. I don't know about me.
Great
I'll carry
athletics
you.
checks from both of you.
Carry you.
And athletics checks.
Oh, sweet baby.
Oh no.
That's a 6.
6.
19.
Great. Beautiful. Nicely done. Make an acrobatics
Bye!
check.
Just dragging
Make an
him.
acrobatics check.
Oh.
We're just dragging him behind me.
Better, but...
It better be a lot better.
It's dirty 20.
Dirty 20. See? Yeah.
It's fine.
Absolutely. So you, like, try to, like, make
Yeah.
your way, but the G's are, like, actually
It's so
pulling
much.
you backwards,
Yeah.
right? Even with this thing slowed down, walking around it in the direction that it's spinning is, like, incredibly hard. Because you're like, no, that doesn't make sense. Because then it would be hard to walk in the direction.
Miles is literally
that the
lost
Earth
in
is
space
spinning.
right now.
It's like physics tough.
So
boy.
if you're going in the direction it's going,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you should be fine.
You
Yeah.
should be fine. And if you're going in the opposite direction,
That's when it would
That's
be weird.
when G's are
That's when it would. That's when it would spin.
It would
fast
help us.
past you. It would help us to travel that direction. We would get
Exactly.
there faster by going against it.
but it's not. You're not going to be like. You're only increasing a minute amount of speed, and there's no resistance because we're in space, because there's no atmosphere.
Yeah.
Thank you all.
Right.
I
We
needed
got it.
that
Yeah.
help.
No, we're good.
Physics.
It's a lot.
So you're like pulling yourself around here, right? And John, you like hook forward with the hook, and are able to like pull yourself fast up a little bit quicker and land cleanly with your mag boots, and you jump up on the I'm gonna jump up on the side of this next thing and begin to cut your way into it. Make another athletics check to pop this thing open. To repeat that process.
I'm gonna focus for a minute on my graviton.
Do the same thing.
Yep. Ooh, that was almost another natural 20. But instead, it's a 21.
Great. Beautiful. This one begins to crack as
Yeah.
well. You
And I
beat
stay
it
on
open.
it with the torch on, not on, like on the back of it to keep
Exactly.
it just warm enough.
Nice. Beautiful. The spinning slows much more rapidly. You made a larger crack in this one, and clearly it was much more heavily pressurized, so it's causing much more of a release in mass, right? And the spinning begins to slow, and eventually you come to a halt, and the impending stillness of this approaching behemoth of a planet that now takes up your entire vision when you look towards it is
basically falling into Jupiter right now.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Cool.
That's
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not anything I want.
I don't want to do that.
All right, actions.
Yeah. I
Parker's face.
yeah.
Seen it. Hey guys.
Yes.
So it looks like we stopped spinning, but we're definitely hurtling.
Okay, we got to
so-
get inside so that we can do whatever it is that you all need to do to get
Do
us.
they need to wait for us to be inside, or can we hunker?
What?
I'm just saying.
What's the plan?
Is this thruster time?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Thruster time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Push us out.
So how are you pushing them?
So he can.
Pushing the station, right?
Yeah. Wouldn't it be easier?
I don't know what the plan
So-
is.
So we're
12 minutes.
We're being pulled into the gas giant, yes?
Yes.
Would I be able to reverse?
Totally. I don't understand. What's up?
What?
Does anyone else have piloting? Because there's a second ship.
Oh!
but it doesn't work.
Its thrusters are broke.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So-
I thought it was just that it
so-
had
And I'm not
floating.
gonna-
I was like,
I'm not
The,
gonna
I-
spend
the
time to
idea
fix.
was
Uh-huh.
to move him now to a place, to move our ship now, to now that it's not spinning like crazy,
Yeah.
to a place on the ship on the side where the gas giant is,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
so that we can use our super thrusters to then push this thing back out and set it into orbit
Cool.
again.
So,
Yeah.
engineering check.
And
That's
we
still good. It's 18.
18. Beautiful.
we're gonna we
Um,
should go get on the ship because us being out here is a recipe for disaster
Sure.
if it goes tits up.
So,
Sure.
risks of that. You nudging into this thing as it's falling, right, causes the possibility of it destroying parts of your ship, right? Because as you press metal into metal,
Mhm.
things are going to get messy, right?
Okay.
So as you press into this, you could possibly destroy the very thing that you're
Okay.
pressing it out.
So then
right?
maybe we go to the
Um,
other side and
the other side
leak
and-
out the gas towards the planet. Now that
Totally.
it's-
What you're not considering is towing.
Yeah, and
Oh,
I
you're
was
right.
thinking
Right.
something.
In which case, they would need you on the outside to attach
Yeah. Okay. Great.
connectors.
The other thing I was thinking is
I
we
don't know
should
why I
get rid
never
of-
considered
We
that.
should get rid of the busted ship to lose weight.
That's another thing. That you
Great.
could,
So
that's
let's
a thing that
do-
you guys
do
could
all
do
that.
from the inside. Yeah,
Do that.
Yep, from the inside
Well,
of the
they're
other ship.
They're
Yeah.
in our ship.
exactly.
ship.
But
So
still,
we-
you're still attached
Yeah.
to the space
We got to
station
make
the ship
quick
is.
decisions though because we
Oh,
have
but
less
I
than 12
was
minutes.
assuming
Can we
like
tell
hack
James
into
to go
the
jettison that
station.
ship?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. We got super talk overy because we got so excited.
I'm
we were
sorry.
like, we did it.
You go ahead. You
Go,
were-
Parker.
you were
What
running
what
it.
is your question?
So you're saying from inside our ship we can detach the other ship?
You're gonna have to. From inside. I meant you're
Inside the
still
station.
docked with the station, so you can walk over there and.
That's what you mean.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Could we ask James to do that instead of one of our people?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Could
Okay.
Somebody, yeah. Can
Hey!
you had comms into the station, right?
Hey, Jimbo.
Miles.
Oh.
Why?
Yeah. What's up?
Do us a favor and wow.
Sorry,
that was-
everyone. I just made a terrible face because something happened behind the screen that they can't see, but you'll all find out about very soon.
It's okay. I need to find my accent again.
Go.
I gotta-
It's okay. I took it.
I gotta start find my accent. So, could you do us a favor and undock the other ship?
Yeah, I'll take care of that right away.
Thank you. The
Absolutely.
sooner the better.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Thank you.
I'm on.
And I message or I comms you and I
Mhm.
say, is there anything? Do you know where like clamps are? Is there anything that we could use to?
I could probably find something in the docking bay. I feel like that's something
Yeah.
that would be here anyway if we have trucking
Yeah.
ships coming in and out getting the gas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have
Yeah.
have clamps on your ship, right?
Cool.
Cable and stuff.
Great.
Can your
Yeah.
gravity stuff that you did help
Help with.
holding onto our ship and towing?
I
Thought
I
the primary issue, is going to be that things that you are going to clamp onto the recently super shuttered
yeah.
thing
So
is going to.
I can
become
I
important.
can probably do one of those. So if we clamp it on, then I'll stay near it, and if it starts to pull, I'll hold on to it and use my abilities to kind of keep it tamped down. But I can't do both.
So 10 minutes,
Yeah.
Kia. In order to make this work, you're going to have to go clamp one.
Oh god. Okay, yeah, I can do that. I
You
can
have
help
to go
clamp.
what?
I'll clamp one of them.
Yeah, you're going to need
Yeah.
3 according to the
Yeah.
to the engineering check.
Yeah.
Right, you're going to need 3 points of attachment.
Okay.
So that part of this doesn't get ripped off to like
Gotcha.
diversify the pressure.
Yep.
Right.
Okay. Let's do that. What do we need to?
All right. So you Kia, you
I'll go
clamber
grab
down,
him.
partially fall down
Yeah.
the ladder. It's really hard to do ladders with 4 arms.
It is. You would be surprised.
Do you tuck them in? Do you use them? It's difficult.
But hey, if
The
you're
slide.
holding a beverage as you're going up and down the ladder, it's
And of
you
course
can
she
do
has
it.
her tea.
I do. It's my calming tea, okay? My tummy gets all upset.
Oh my god.
I love that. All right.
It's so cute.
And the doors in front of you open, and you
slowly walk out into the impending doom ahead of you of this ship. Parker, what are you doing right now?
I am.
Weeping.
Well, it's not attached, is it, right now? Because
Not
that
yet.
I would have towed.
We're in the process of trying to get
We're
it
trying to
attached.
attach it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm prepping to tow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Getting into position.
unlocking the ship, turning the ship around.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So you begin to undock the ship. Make a piloting check.
Piloting check.
You can do it.
That's what I do best. Hey!
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
That's a 25.
Yeah.
Nice. Beautiful. So you begin to, like, slowly slide away.
But not
And
too
suddenly the other ship detaches and begins to float straight towards your,
Oh my
your
God.
pilot. Towards your cockpit. Right?
Oh.
And
oh,
you
oh, oh,
quickly duck and weave underneath it as this piece of debris begins to float out into space, almost completely wrecking you. And you, like, position yourself above and outside of the ship and, like, drape down these cables towards the
ants.
Yeah, towards the ants below, towards the station. All right. First off, reflex checks to grab the cables.
Natural 20.
That's a
Plus,
solid 10.
that's
Great.
a 30.
Does
No,
mine-
sorry, 25.
Yes, it wouldn't. No, because it's not to my ability modifier. Great. Yeah. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Beautiful.
Okay.
You, like, reach out for it, Kia, and and the first claw grabs both of them and hands you one.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You're doing good. We're going to do this. This
Um,
is happening.
behind you, you see the, like, you're, like, entering just the beginnings of, like,
Yeah.
the stratosphere very slowly.
I want not that. Don't
And
want to
you
look at that.
like rush off to your various different positions, right? Kia, you're first. Now let's do you last. We're all worried about your role. We're not worried about you, Amaruk. You have to go to the outside, right?
Yeah.
Right.
To like one of the edges near the cylinder that you blew
Cool.
up first, right?
Right. So this is an athletics?
Athletics check, yeah.
Cool. I will expend my thing to get my +3 to it.
Exactly.
Okay. Alright. 19.
Sweet.
Okay.
Click it in, make it secure, everything's feeling good. John, you're up. You have to go to the other side of the thing, right near the destroyed section.
New die, bad number.
Oh!
That's gonna be a 6.
Okay, let's see how this plays out. Kia, you have to just go right around the corner to
This
the
is
side of the
athletics, yes.
of the center of this thing. Actually, you have to like climb up a couple
You're about to
ladders.
roll, but it looks like you're shivering because she's just refusing to roll, and it's
This is
just.
athletics, correct?
Yes.
Okay. God bless us all. That is a 15.
Oh, wow.
Nice, beautiful. So you clip it into the top when you see John or Kodiak,
Kodiak.
floating up away from the station.
Cody!
Cast grab person.
Yeah!
That's a spell?
It is.
Yes! Look at you go!
Hold person. So
Oh,
100
okay.
feet, 10 feet per level.
Make an intelligence check.
Oh no.
What to pick? That is a 13.
This is actually kind of genius, in a weird way. But I mean, it's not going to help you right now. But hold person would fix him in space, right?
Yeah.
So he would stay exactly there, while the rest of the world would go away from him, right?
Oh.
The space station
Yeah.
would continue on. The world
Yeah.
would rotate away. Now, I mean, in a weird way, if he was the focal point upon which you were attaching the space station to, he would like hold just fine. Magically, he would be immovable.
Oh.
Like an immovable rod person.
Exactly. That's kind of how I read that spell.
Okay, so
Lol.
if
So that's not gonna actually help
No.
But it is cool to know that that's how it
That's
works.
That's good
yeah.
to know.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just imagining that, like Kodiak is like realizing that his boots didn't connect again, and he's like scrambling, and all of a sudden he just stops scrambling. But he's like in his eyes, he's really like,
Did the spell go off?
No.
No. Okay.
oh, the spell didn't happen. Okay,
No,
So
I was
never
giving
mind.
her an intelligence check
Thank
to
you.
know the world, right?
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I take that back.
Absolutely. You're so welcome.
If
It's weird when we move D&D
Yeah.
spells into sci-fi.
Into space.
I don't know if that's like an accurate reading of that spell either.
It makes
that's
sense
how I
though, because everything else is in motion.
Yeah.
if we wait for just the right moment, I can jump up and then graviton us both back down.
I mean, in worst case scenario, I'm still holding onto the tether, right? So
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm
you're
just
coming.
I'm attached to something.
You're attached to our ship,
Great.
Yeah.
but I would love for you to be attached to
To the
this ship.
station.
Yeah, actions,
So
questions,
okay,
concerns.
so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna like hold on, and I'm just calculating how long I have to like focus and meditate to do this because it's gonna take me like half a minute as he's like floating away, and then I just
you're gonna
launch up.
literally make a space jump
Yeah.
towards a moving point.
Yep. But like I'm in control of my own gravity.
In complete control of your own gravity?
It says.
Let's talk about this.
It
I'm
says-
so into this. I'm pausing the timer.
It's
and
okay.
we're having a
Please.
conversation.
I was like, do we have to talk about it? Because I feel like.
Because
Okay.
we have 3 minutes.
Yeah, it says increase or reduce attraction to terrain. So I get to decide whether I'm increasing attraction or reducing it.
That's awesome.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
There's no caps on it.
Oh.
Okay. Okay, gravity magic person.
Listen, this is all
Make
I
your
can do.
athletics
I
check.
can, it's all I can do, Miles. Oh, okay. That is a 23.
Oh, nice. Beautiful. So you, like, bound out.
Yeah.
And you're floating through the sky, and Kodiak is, like, kind of flustering down, trying to catch in, and then you see this, like, wolf arrow
Yeah.
heading towards you.
It's
Right,
very.
this, like,
I
little-
do my best to just brace for what I assume is going to just hurt. When
She's well.
like,
The thing that's surprising about it is that because she's in control, it's almost like she becomes one of those chairs that you sit
Yeah.
in to like push yourself around to do stuff on a space station.
Exactly.
And so she kind of like gently grafts around you and has such control over gravity that she then like doesn't shove into you. She like
Totally. I imagine that you
begins to
like
just
come
grab
into
him
orbit
and-
around him
Exactly.
and then slide in
yeah
and like take him
Exactly.
gently down with him
Yeah.
with you
Towards the place where he
straight
needs to
towards
attach.
his
this,
spot.
This fights anything that I remember from physics in high school.
This is amazing.
Don't understand
that's
how it's
because
happening.
I'm in control. I'm the captain.
No, that's fine. I'm just
Oh.
like this is like fighting Kodiak's brain right now, and he's very confused
Yeah.
at what is going on. In space.
And
You land
yeah.
with 4 click 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 click
Yep.
clicks. The large metal cable is secured,
Yep.
and it's Caster's turn.
Go.
Caster.
It's time, boo.
I would just like to say that Caster is.
There's no time to say anything.
Gotcha,
I'm
that's
kidding.
right. Timer.
Can we duck or something because we're behind the jet.
You're a ways away.
It's fine.
Great, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where's away? All right. Piloting check. Piloting check.
DM
Yes.
eviscerates party for no good reason.
Piloting
Yes,
check
piloting
to
check.
toe.
I gotta roll.
Hopefully 10.
Yes.
That is 24.
Nice, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful,
Ah!
beautiful.
God, I'm so stressed out.
Oh no.
I just read in my notes. My last paragraph starts with, "I honestly have no idea how they'll do this." So good
Oh,
job,
no.
everyone.
Yay.
You like ease on the thrusters, right? Slowly, like pulling this thing away as you guys begin to feel the heat of the atmosphere begin to pull
Yeah.
into you from behind, right? Starting to heat up your spacesuits
There's
as
something
you
that's
slowly
like
begin to
amazing about
almost
it,
skip across the atmosphere, and the first skip happens, and you pull away. Pulling that momentum and using it to take you up and away and out of the atmosphere and towards orbit.
once more.
Yeah, there's something like about the weird Oreo of being the cream between like plasma heat energy and the cold of space.
Yeah.
That is like, this is what I was meant for in Amaruk. And it's like it's the best.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Pretty sure Kodiak peed his spacesuit.
Yeah.
That's why they have astronaut diapers.
It's a thing.
Yeah. And she's basically
Apollo.
she cheers for Castor, and it's like like
Yeah.
they're dying.
All of us like immediately reach for our comms, but we have no, like spacesuits around us. Like, ow!
Yeah, you're doing it.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Ow!
Physical science check, Castor.
Physical science
Let's
check.
get this in synchronous orbit.
Yeah.
26.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
You do all the math. Mark helps you, and you are finally that grumpy ass robot. Damn.
Oh, sorry.
robot.
No, Mark is fine. It's James that I just have a distaste for.
Hey, James was super helpful. You dang on, leave me alone. I done my thing.
Shut up, James. That was Anne.
What if Castor programs his accent to be like James' accent?
Please.
We just gotta figure out our horror festers and see where it takes us. You know, there's the whole Final Frontier.
What happened to you? Where's Castor?
So, no, you're gonna
Bring back my
enjoyed it
friend.
thoroughly. You level the station out in orbit. The sparks continue to fly from the exploded pieces, but stability has at last been returned. It's easy to dock on the station. So, I assume that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The requirements for Kodiak's antidote are like remarkably simple, right? Slowly
We did
his
get them. Good.
yeah.
About
She
time.
did not screw you over.
But she'll be back.
They always will be.
We'll kill her next time. Easy.
Yikes.
There's a chance that she'll over.
What is your alignment?
I'm just tired of people going after Cody.
That's your alignment. Good, fair. Great. JTOPGOQ.
She's
And
chaotic.
I like animals.
She's chaotic protect.
Chaotic protect.
Yeah, so good.
That's actually exactly what this character is. Chaotic protect.
I love it. Cool.
Oh, and Castor is, on the helm, just sort of like, well, that's the first time I've did that. Whew. Taking a space station into orbit.
You did it.
Killing it, Castor.
Thanks.
And
You
not
need a
killing
nap?
us. Good job.
I don't
Pretty amazing
normally
out
do
there.
this, but does anyone have a drink?
I absolutely do have a drink, and I would love to invite you all into my home. Thank you all so much. This was absolutely incredible. You are one hell of a pilot. You're a crazy space person, dog lady.
I prefer Space Wolf, but it's alright.
Space Wolf? You
Vlaka.
prefer Space Wolf? Vlaka?
First
Space
call.
Vlaka?
First call.
First call?
First call.
First
No,
call.
I'm kidding.
Okay. You got too many arms, and I respect that. And you're a hangover tonic in the grumpiest body I ever seen. Come on in. Let's get it on.
It's only compliment.
I say, look, we made a friend. Okay, let's go.
Know what to say. Let's just James, you charmer. Can't wait to see your home.
I like to think that you did this with all of your arms,
All
like
fours
that you
wave.
just do the wave out from yourself, like that.
John
Not a
Travolta.
problem. Wave, yeah.
Oh my god.
She's
I
one
want
hand
that
for "Oh bless
animated.
your heart." She's got one hand for each word. Oh bless your heart.
Yeah.
Great. So you guys come on board. It's just as much of a mess as his. There's still a lot of blood everywhere, but that's largely been kept out of the main area.
Is it still 0G
right?
inside?
Yeah, it's always 0G in here.
Why? Jesus.
So there's blood that's floating around in little tiny spheres.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a little, that's why
Not
she
little
got
tiny
covered when she
spheres.
floated
They're like
across.
congealing together, and they're
Yeah.
like large
Oh, so we got like volleyballs of blood.
volleyballs
Yeah,
of blood.
of
But he's
different
largely
colored
keeping
blood.
out.
Yeah.
He's like, well, I mean, you leave that around for too long, you got all kinds of the worst sorts of undead. I'll get that cleaned up. I'll space them out mighty quick. They'll go right down in the dang old gas giant down there to clean it right up. You want a drink?
Yes.
Sure.
He passes out.
So did we ever make the antidote and give it to me? Am I?
Yeah, yeah.
Great.
Absolutely.
Okay, wonderful.
Off-screen dandruff.
Was that
cleared
easy?
you.
Yeah, I know. I knew
Yeah.
you said it was relatively simple, but I didn't
make
know if we
it.
actually
I give it
did
to
it.
you. I go,
Right.
here you go.
I go, here
This
you
is
go.
my drink.
It actually is a hangover tonic.
Oh, Oh, it tastes awful,
It's
but
hair of the Blacka.
I
There it
sort
is.
of
We
resent
were-
that a little bit, but it's okay because we're just, cultures are just, it's a what is it when they like mash together,
Assimilate.
or like it's good joke.
Appropriate.
I don't remember what it is. It's like an
Melting pot.
amalgamation, a melting pot. That's the one. It's a melting pot.
Was that racist? Saying the hair of the Blacka?
A little bit. It's fine.
A little bit? Oh,
But
God.
but I'm not offended. I think it's kind of like cute.
All
Just
right,
like all the
just
weird
kidding,
stuff
it's
we
a
say about
hangover.
androids.
No, from everything I've read about like teams and crews, it's like you're supposed to like be a little bit. You have to be comfortable. So
But not racist.
well, no, and I didn't take it in a super racist way. Just like the kind of like colloquialisms of the day, sort of like trying to like make a connection.
Kia is hiding herself in her room.
Some people have forearms. Some
I'm-
people
Yeah,
are
that's my one
wolves.
defining characteristic today, so that's fun.
No, you also got a big head too.
Thank you.
So, see, also a little racist, but like you still like him,
Yeah, James and I are
Yeah.
friends.
so it's fine.
Forgive me, I've been too many years on this here station.
What? That was Anne. What? What the fuck are you saying? So sorry.
Well, but I've been here a long time.
You've been here a long time.
He's been here a long time, okay? Keep it up.
I look over and I go,
and there's only ever been humans on the station.
he's crazy.
Spacey.
Spacey. Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm from.
Sorry, we call it void sickness.
I'm from. It's been a long time. I'm from.
Ugh.
Absalom.
I don't. That's what you do when you have a character with bug parts, Miles, and you know it.
It's true. That was a bug part sound.
Yeah,
I'm
that's a
sorry.
fucking carapace ahead. Like that's what is that sound means.
From my Absalom.
So what's
For your eczema?
He's
Yeah,
from
yeah.
Absalon.
Oh, got it.
And who are you selling all this stuff to?
I gotta. Well, I mostly sell it to the freighters who come through, and then they do the dealing on the far end.
Who are they attached to? These freighters?
Various different people.
Are they on the level or like just below the surface?
You know what? That ain't none of my business, and I don't ever ask.
Right. So no way of really knowing.
No way, no. That's such a Pussburgers moment.
What?
Hmm.
So what's the lore on androids' alcohol tolerance?
Oh,
Can they get drunk?
I don't see any reason why not.
Yeah, because they're
Right.
biological, partly.
Yeah.
Depends on whether or not you've still got a stomach.
That's true.
Well, what would be the best way to go about trying to settle on this planet?
On the moon.
On the moon?
What do you mean, best way? What are you trying to find out from me?
Well, you've been here a long time. You've seen a lot of people come and go.
Yeah.
You say you don't ask a lot of questions.
Nah.
What if I told you that if you only sell to us, I could make you an incredible deal back on where is the place? Absalom Station? Is that where we're from? Where we came from?
Yes. Those were the main government.
Yeah. I said the government is potentially looking to be able to come further out into the Machul system, and it would be a huge source of income for you if you are able to work with them.
You're with government?
No, I'm not. I'm with the Vlaka. We're all, you look like me, and our planet, Lajak, is unfortunately, I think a good metaphor for it is sort of
It's
like
dying,
what was
yes.
happening with the station when we got here.
The planet's dying.
Yeah.
It's
Andy,
God
again!
dang it!
Yeah.
For the listeners, I played
The,
a character named Andy in a past.
Yeah. The sun is going dark.
So like the exact opposite of what just almost happened to us.
Yeah,
Right.
we were gonna
Yeah.
go really light.
Yeah.
Very bright.
But again, it's there's time to save the people, but not really time to save the planet. And this is a good opportunity for us to try to find a new place to live and to exist.
So you're trying to settle down on dang old moon down there.
Possibly.
Oh, it's a little dangerous.
We laugh in the face of
Why?
danger.
Well, it's a bunch of pirates.
Where are the
By
pirates
chance,
live?
do the pirates buy your fuel?
Nah. Well, sometimes they take taxes per se, right? But that's why I got them auto cannons for. And now that they're broke,
Right. So
now that you broke that, you want me some dang old
no,
auto
that's
cannons.
not how this works. I saved your life and the life.
You know what? Fair. Totally fair. I do think that the auto cannon in some piece of this
But
deal
do you know
that we're
who could
talking
help?
about-
Yes, exactly. Do you know who could help with that? Is, my people can build pretty well, but also if you were able to, say, make an exclusive relationship with the government and sell to them. Because what do people need to get out of this far and experience all that the moon has to offer here? Well, I'll tell you. They need gas and fuel. And you have gas and fuel.
So I'm confused. You're not with the government.
No, it's
So,
more
but you're
like...
offering me a government contract.
Well, so here's the deal. It's pretty simple. And this is just en route to the max here. It's not the smartest thing she's done, but she's like, everyone get along. It's very easy.
James, sorry, First Claw. We are private contractors here to find a new home for the First Claw's people. The government has said that if we were to establish a foothold here, that they would be very pleased and would look to...
Okay, so you're
Open
offering
up
me
trade.
a contract with your government.
Yes.
Okay, your government contract
Exactly.
that does
Yes,
not
sorry.
exist yet.
Yeah,
But
well,
it might exist.
We exist on another planet.
Well, yeah, that
But
basically
we would
doesn't
have to
exist for me.
set up an infrastructure here. And you will see likely that there may be some arrivals. So,
All right, well, okay, let me give you this. You ain't got no government here, right?
but if we did,
Well, if you did that, a whole different story. So why don't we stay in talks about this? Because, yeah. Especially I get
That
new auto
sounds
cannons.
fair.
Also, part of this deal has to be, I need your protection until my auto cannons gets replaced.
there's nothing. Oh, well, so here's the problem.
I don't like
we're
that.
we're super fast, and that's it. We don't have a lot of firepower. But if you were to tell us that you were expecting some contractors to come through, it's possible that we could fly up and perform the duty of bodyguards.
Could Castor look at the weapons and see if... Or, like, did she, like...
Yeah, you make
Pulverize them?
an engineering check.
I sure could. Here we go. One drink in. Here.
I could.
Yeah.
Oh, please,
You're
bathroom. Bathroom
Me
time.
next.
So yeah, let's stay in communication about that deal.
Of course.
But yeah, I mean it's not particularly nice down on the planet. There's
No, we noticed that.
various different warring pirate factions.
Can you tell us about that a little bit?
Where are they located?
Yeah, can you tell us
Yeah.
any zones we should avoid?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you're going to be starting a colony down there, you're going to want to get them off or make some kind of very good deal with them.
Right.
Yeah, but
But
in terms
maybe
of getting a foothold, right?
we're talking about the whole world down there. I mean, we have reason to believe, and she like on her data pad pulls up the map that we've gone over in great detail.
A through I.
And asks him for notes on each of these areas as much as he's able to give.
I also love the concept that maybe.
Holy crap!
What?
Excuse me. I'm so sorry.
Okay, great.
Sorry.
What he know?
Apparently, everything.
Oh yes.
His eyes roll back into his head, and he like brands
There are
out.
15
Listen,
pirates in Section A2!
Okay, but for real.
He walks into the squawks.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You leave my squawks alone.
The squawks is like, there are 50.
Squeaker, squeak, squeak, squeakum, squeak, squeaker.
Exactly.
Scroll down.
Well, there's a couple of smaller pirate groupings. The first is a group of fighter jet mercenaries
Oh, no.
that are led by a Sarcesian named the Wisp. Dude, I did name them. Where'd that name go? Yeah, the August Squadron.
Mm-hmm.
I love that name. Isn't that a good name for a big old mercenary crew? August Squadron. I want to be part of them. They wouldn't take me. They didn't said I wouldn't. I
You're too
fought
smart.
in any wars.
You're
Yeah, no.
way too nice.
Keep
They,
getting southern around this accent.
You're too smart
You're
for
too
them.
smart for them.
Okay,
I
so
can't
August
help
Squadron,
Yeah, they are.
led
it's
by
about,
The Wisp.
yeah,
the Wisp.
led by the Wisp.
Where?
They got about 15 ships ish in total, from what I can see.
Where?
Well, they occupy. I think from what what my sensors have seen, there's a mangrove marsh that is. Let me double check my map. A little bit on the smaller island continent that is largely marshy. So large mangrovey, marshy area.
Which are those
right?
letters?
E or D?
E or D?
Okay. E.
Which is it? E or D?
EOD.
Damn.
Okay, great.
Asking.
No, I mean this is great. This is way more information than we had. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
I mean, so I met Wisp a couple times, right? As I said, I offered
Yeah.
my services to them, but I had not fought in any wars, and so
Mhm.
they declined my services. No matter how good of a dang pilot I am. He's first and foremost a soldier, right? Always has been, I think, always will be. He cares about his men immensely. I think he'd do just about anything to not lose them. But he's not stupid either, and you know that you have to take risks to get places. He's constantly trying to one up all the other pirate factions on the moon as well, but he hasn't had too much success. In addition, let me find my next crew in my notes. There is a crew of harpy waterway pirates who use a bunch of...
That sounds rad. Tell me more. Okay.
The next group is a pirate group of harpy waterway pirates, and they live in the there's like a series of sinking ruins towards the north, right on the coast. And they're a little bit more diplomatically run. I haven't really run into them too much, but I've seen their ships coming in and out because they run large transports.
Is that G?
I don't know.
Well, you said right on the coast, sinking ruins. J, maybe, even is on the coast?
Okay, so
Do your
maybe
best.
Jay?
Well, because
Do your best. Maybe
she's showing you the data pad of
Yeah.
like points that Mark picked up.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't really know.
He doesn't really know. Got it. Okay, good. Okay. Sorry, I thought you were
Okay.
just
Giving
not
you
telling
best
us.
estimation.
Okay,
It's
so
about how
maybe
many
Jay.
ships are there?
I
or
would
do
say,
they-
I mean, J and G look like they're closest to a coastline.
Okay.
Actually, B is also pretty close, but I don't remember where the ruins were. If we have notes about that. it's
Okay,
somewhere.
that's fine. Next.
How many ships are there? You know, the transports, is it usually like an envoy situation?
2 transports.
Oh, okay.
I don't think they have any escorts. I don't think that space is where they, do their thing, right? The rumors that I hear from the other pirates is that they largely do water-based mercenary work
Mhm.
or do water piracy on other worlds, right? This is like their hideout, their go-to when they need to get away. Right now,
Mhm.
I think I've been in a little bit of trauma lately, but I think they're on world right now.
Okay.
And then last and most importantly is that this is one of the major hideouts of the Grim, which is a large, I understand, pirate organization that has been here for some time. The Grin is the name of the leader. The name of the organization is the Rat Grin Pirates.
Are you saying grin like a facial feature or grin like the brothers who wrote
Facial feature.
The grin. Okay. Okay. And
Now,
what
I never met the Grin herself. I've seen plenty of her smirks, her lieutenants. Come up here to mess with what's mine.
So
But
they're the ones that the cannons were for, yeah?
that's what the cannon's for, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, this is the one of the primary hideouts of them. I think it might be headquarters. They have a bunch of influence throughout the diaspora, etc. as well. Several other outposts and encampments, bunch of ships. Yeah.
Okay.
The full organization is what?
Rat Grin Pirates is what they
Rat
call
Grin.
themselves.
Green.
The rat grandparents.
Okay, so question for you, buddy. Do you have any idea of where their headquarters planet side might be?
Planet side? Yeah, it's pretty much the only settlement on the dang old planet. It is right in the. Let me check.
So you're like right in the.
right around the place,
Blame the accent. Blame the accent.
Blame the accent. It is right there on point C,
Okay.
right in that little flat area of plains.
One of these
Great.
days I'm going to ask you to describe or provide a legend for all these little symbols here.
I kind of have. What are the little symbols that you're asking about? So we're looking at a map of the world that I gave them earlier.
So by C, I see just a circle with a dot in it. Then
Yeah.
by A, I see what looks like maybe like a castle.
So the castles are ruins,
Ah.
right? Generally, the
I
other
see.
castle things that are more like a fortress, right?
Yeah. So then there's, I guess, are the three.
Those are more modern structures, generally. The little circles I've considered to just be points of interest,
Got it.
right? So they might be a structure, they might just be something curious, they might be an ecological thing. Right.
So are you looking at the map as well? Or no?
Yeah.
Okay. You are. So like by point C, there's like a hex with three little round things. Is that just hill?
Those are
picture?
hills.
Great.
Yeah.
And then the dark triangles are mountains.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously we have like tropical forest versus, I guess down by A there are those like non-tropical-
Deciduous and
deciduous forest. Okay.
and non-deciduous
And then we
forest.
have,
What's the word for non-coniferous?
forest
Yeah.
down on the others and they're pointy. And
Yeah.
then I guess that's it for symbols. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
there's
guess
little
that's it.
flat lines which are deserts. There's only like 3 patches of deserts,
Yeah.
and then the little spoinkies I don't know,
Spoinkies!
are marshes.
Sorry.
Lost all your decorum there.
Okay.
Did I ever have any?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I was like, what is this?
Great.
Okay.
Cool. Great. Thank you.
All right. Great. So, Okay, so if you need to get in touch with us, and I give him like coordinates for opening up comms with us.
Great.
In case he needs us, and I say, if people come calling and you are in trouble and you need help, you let us know. I want to make sure that our relationship is good, because I have a feeling that we can do a lot of very successful business together if we work as a team.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I mean, I'm sitting up here with a lot of time in my hands. Is there anything, could we make some kind of an arrangement for payment? I mean, I can't harvest gas that blew up my ship,
Right.
and I can't do anything but maintain.
So
Perhaps we could make an arrangement.
an arrangement for us to harvest gas for you?
No. I'm
What
not
do you
trying.
say?
I'm not trying to employ you. I'm trying to get employed by you.
Oh, yes. So, totally possible. Here's the thing. As you know, there are lots of pirates down there, and that's sort of a big deal for us to have to do what we need to do. So,
It's sort of a big deal for us.
it's sort
When
of a
you
big
get
deal.
political, it's so funny to me
Why?
because you turn into Mr. Peanut Butter.
I'm sorry. And the thing is, none of this deal works if we aren't able to take care of that problem. So, when in about 2 months, little less than 2 months at this point, we are supposed to meet back on Absalom Station to have a further meeting about with my people about what we think we can accomplish here. We are just sort of like the first step in these.
We're the surveyors.
Yeah. Some might call it aggressive negotiations at times, obviously. Yeah. So at that point, we can try to get you perhaps more resources, a contract, and all of that. Does that make sense? Is that okay? Are we solid?
Yeah, and that sounds good to me.
Excellent.
I didn't know if you wanted anything until then, as I am unoccupied.
Oh,
Seems-
if you.
Yeah,
Why did the Vesk come here?
fuel.
Here's
Just
the
like
thing.
the pirates. Everybody comes here for fuel.
If
Like, I'm just gonna give it away. What do you
Here's-
think I'm thinking?
here's what would be good. If you do sell fuel from what you have left, and you want us to be bodyguards, we'd like to negotiate a percentage of your selling price if you want us to act on
5%.
5%. I think we can do a little bit better than that.
You
I
said
mean,
you
after
didn't got
all.
no guns.
Hmm?
You said you ain't got no guns.
Oh, well, we don't necessarily need guns, and I.
What's that gonna do against a ship?
Oh, well.
Didn't
oh,
you see her fly through space?
Yeah, I did do that.
Make a persuasion check. Did
Yes, I did do that. I did it. Did you
She's
see it?
basically
Did
a
you see it, Dad?
projectile.
Basically.
Shoot her out of a cannon, she'll decimate one of those
Captain
cruisers.
Marvel, but a dog.
I mean, yeah, that's basically what she is.
Captain Dog Marvel. Captain
Darvel.
Darvel.
It's almost like you two have been friends for a while.
Natural 20!
What? Are you kidding me?
Alright.
Because after
She's, like,
rolling like 4
gravitationally-
4s, let's
She's gravitationally pulling all
know,
of
right?
the die rolls
Yeah.
that way. It's great. It's great.
It's just Qui-Gon
Um,
and fucking...
So what do you
Yeah.
think you're worth, Cannonball?
4 of
I
us.
sort of like that.
4 of us, 2% each. Go with go with something off of 4, please.
What? What do you think?
Saying there's 4 of us, split evenly. Go
Yeah.
with something divisible by 4.
Right.
8 or 12.
44.
What about
Maybe
no, that's crazy. We need to keep doing business with him, so we don't want to like completely.
I was
Start at
making.
12, so I can run 8.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I was making.
I'm
a
sorry. I
joke.
didn't understand.
It
I'm
didn't
so
land.
sorry.
I'm gonna go in the corner and
No,
pet the
no, I love
swans.
you.
I'm gonna have my tea. I'm gonna sit and pet
What
the swans.
about 20%?
20%?
You'll need us if those pirates come calling.
Yeah, what the heck. Alright, 20%. Of any of the gas that I got left, because I ain't getting no more.
Of course.
All right.
Not yet, but hopefully we'll be able to help you out with that too.
Absolutely.
And
I
then this deal, it will be worth a lot more to you.
faith and hope.
Sometimes that's all you have.
I certainly do have that right now. All right. Great.
Yeah.
The Squawks goes.
Yeah, just tail wag. She's just so excited that she's actually been effective at anything today. After that fucking Venus flytrap that's like, feed Missy more. Like, that was
Not good.
the last thing that I faced, and it did not go as
All right,
successfully.
actions.
We're still drinking with him, yeah?
Mhm.
Just sort of just like in a little group. Alright.
Yeah.
Drink number 2.
Great. Drink number 2, fortitude saves.
Fortitude saves? For real?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm keeping a
having
clear
my
head.
tea.
This
I
is
mean,
gonna
I
be
did
drink.
spike
This is gonna be
my
drink
tea.
number 1 because the first round for me was my antidote.
Great.
So this
Then
is
not
drink
for
number
you.
one.
I'm the designated, like, dog.
Boofer.
Designated dog.
Designated boofer.
Designated doggo. Like, I just...
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
definitely
gonna drink
spiked my
anymore.
tea.
18.
Slap it up.
18?
18 for me.
It's
You're good.
fortitude or what?
Fortitude.
That's an 8.
Yeah, you're feeling tipsy.
Both of us or?
Just Kia.
Oh.
It's me. Don't worry about it.
It's okay. She's got forearms to keep herself up.
What? Yeah.
Just said
good?
tipsy.
You don't know what it's like, do me?
Amarik,
What?
can I just say, you shooting off and controlling gravity, and we really couldn't have done it without you. You are
A fuzzy cannonball.
I was going to say a blessing to this party, but yeah, that too.
I'm, better with a team.
He
So-
smiles.
I don't think I would have been able to do any of that without you. There's a lot of things I don't know really anything about, so you're only as good as the people that you bring with you.
Well, I've been in service to a lot of people, some of which I regret. But
I hope I never make you regret it.
I don't think you will.
No pressure.
Yeah, she's already like,
Kia, you're such a
Save a
goofball
planet,
sometimes.
no problem.
Yeah.
Don't depress an android.
Don't depress the android.
don't do it.
Don't
Take-
do it.
It'll take a lot to depress me, I'll tell you that.
Well, I appreciate your compliment. I mean, it was pretty amazing out there, right? I mean,
Right?
you're just
Holy mo! We
Out
saved
there.
a station!
Yeah.
pretty
Someone's
cool.
livelihood!
Definitely.
Our
Saved
livelihood now.
True. This is what I've always
Nope,
wanted to
no,
do.
Wait, what'd you say?
Yes, we saved you too, Cody. I heard that. Sorry. I'm playing with the squawks.
Thank you.
You guys.
I'm sorry that I wasn't there when you needed me the first time.
I'm sorry that all of this happened because of me. So, the faster we can put that behind us.
So
the better.
I know you probably don't want anyone to. Tail is just wagging. I know you probably don't want anybody to know about your shit, and I get it. I mean, there are a lot of mercenaries like that, but the more we know, the more we can help you.
Do you want us to call you Quentin or still Kodiak?
Not here.
Not here's a weird name.
Just
Oh.
Kia.
I get it. I know.
Kia, you want us to call you Kia?
It's a great name.
Oh, I see. I missed that.
I'm gonna, like, Kodiak does that thing where a friend, like, looks someone in the eye,
Yeah.
pointedly flicks their eyes towards the person who's not part of their group, pointedly points their eyes
Yeah.
back at her, and hopes that she picks up on the fact that we're not alone.
Yeah.
Great. Not here.
Alright, me lover. Kodiak it is.
Brilliant. What did we name the squawks again? I forget. I've been playing with it all day and just calling it squawks, which is maybe a little. Oh, really?
Let me attend
you-
to my
you-
notes.
You named it after a
Brisper.
chapel.
Brispecs.
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 Yeah, Brispecs.
Respect.
Ah, good old Dadari. If we all live, you guys should come visit. It's pretty weird.
Thanks, Rook and the Raven book of all of my notes. Like, I cannot tell you. Not even sponsored, just genuinely enjoying.
That's
Not even.
Yeah,
So
Briss
many
does.
things. Okay, let's get back here to our notes.
Briss is not a good name.
Okay,
Briss.
let's.
No, it's not a good
let's.
name.
I kind of motioned you all and say let's not outstay our welcome. Thank you again for your hospitality.
And time as long as you're saving my hide.
You got it, James.
It's a very interesting hide.
Was that a come on? Oh my God.
No, it's,
No, I think she's making a callback to me calling you forearmed.
no.
Not even that?
I just thought like you should know, like, you know, you're up here alone. Sometimes you get lonely, and you sort of question sometimes, like, am I cool? Does anybody care about me? Because I'm here by myself, and I'm just saying, you're sort of fun.
She thinks you're cute.
No.
That
This
was-
would never work.
Way more detailed and thoughtful care than I ever thought that I would receive from a stranger, so I appreciate it.
We're not strangers. We're partners now, buddy. I'm the first claw.
Whoa.
Don't forget it. What is
Hopefully
this
not the
accent?
last
It's
claw.
really getting away from me. God.
Alright, so you guys are back
Yeah.
on the ship and taking off.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I was afraid that you guys were going to end up with a cargo bay full of explosive gas. So you don't
There
have
was a-
one in the trunk right now. Right.
Avoided that one.
That is.
Do you guys want to continue the conversation from earlier?
Which
Yeah.
one is? Which one? Oh, yeah.
So now that I think we're alone now.
Did we have to spacewalk back to the ship, or was there a better way to airlock to the station?
There's a hallway, right, with the airlock.
Yeah, the non-broken one of the
Yeah.
two.
So like when we
Yeah.
reattach, we basically we just
Yeah.
into like spacesuit it up again.
Yeah, you guys could go salvage from the. You could go find the ship.
the mercenary ship.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Let's head there.
Can we do some rolls for that? And
Yeah,
figure out
absolutely.
what we
Let's
find?
let's scan for it first.
Yeah.
Peters?
See if we can find it.
Because
Yeah,
we had
that's
bigger
just- yeah.
fish to fry at the moment
And Mark,
that it
where's
happened.
Yeah,
Where's,
like
where's that
kingfish,
vest
yeah.
ship, Mark?
Yeah.
Two of them.
Computers?
It's just the rolling of your dice. I've never seen
No,
such
right,
a thing.
Parker's ritual.
It hasn't
working.
failed me
It's
quite
working.
yet.
I was like,
Tonight.
tonight. There it is.
There's the two.
It's not a 1. It's not a 1. And that's still a... Well, wait. So I leveled up, technically. Which gives me
You know what? Fair. You will have one more point in that skill.
I will have one more point.
Yeah.
Thanks to my engineering shit. So that's a 14.
Great. Still beating my randomly decided
With
DC.
two.
You can absolutely find the ship.
Oh,
Great.
bless. I love pumping all of my key abilities.
Yeah. I mean, that's
And
all.
being-
All I can do is athletics and talking. That's it. That's
That's it.
all this character can do.
That's all there is.
It's all she can do. I've never played a character like this.
Listen.
That
I
is
love
some
it.
weird baseball right here.
All right, so you guys fly on over. So I'm gonna do some rolling. Some rolling for some random things.
Rolling.
Rolling on a river.
Now I want to listen to that album on the way home.
What is this?
She was rolling a joint.
Yeah, she was. She was rolling a
Don't do
joint
drugs,
on
kids.
her.
Okay.
Exactly.
We just got
Um,
an antimatter engine, friends. Wait, what?
Wait, what?
Wait,
No,
what?
it has one. I keep on like the luck in this room right now is contagious.
Yeah.
It has a tactical nuclear missile launcher.
Now we have a gun. At least one gun.
We have a big gun with 1 ammo.
Tactical. Okay.
So next time on Starfinder Edition, we make friends with the Harpy Waterways, we blow the grin off the planet, and then
Yeah.
everybody wins.
Sorry. A
Just kidding.
tactical
Nuclear missile launcher.
nuke.
Okay, wait,
Does it
hang on.
attach to the outside of the
Wait,
ship? Like,
wait.
how does it work?
Point of fact, the launcher and the ammo?
Yeah, it
Great.
has.
Great.
How many tactical nukes do you guys have? 1.
Damn it.
Okay.
We literally have the option to nuke it from orbit.
Yeah, but we have to choose. I would personally say destabilizing the Grin because they are on top of everything right now. I'm not saying we do it immediately. This is just what I'm saying.
But I
This
mean,
is
we
what
have
I'm
that option.
thinking. Yeah. What
It
time do you
also
like?
has
Tell
a
me more.
coil gun
Okay.
Oh,
and a laser net.
dude, I'm gonna have so much fun attaching
Okay.
this to a ship and making it so top heavy.
Yep.
Nothing's heavy in space.
No,
So
that's debatable.
so
Um,
so yeah, are these things that potentially we could attach to the ship?
So, that's a question that Parker actually can't answer because I haven't given him like a ship yet.
Well, you are right. Things are not heavy in space, but they still have their mass.
Right.
And they're heavy when you land
Yeah.
places.
Well, we'll
So-
have to. We can figure that out if we don't figure it out
If we-
now.
Well, if we attach a bunch of helium balloons on the cannon, I believe we can still take off.
So it is a oh god. You're in a light freighter.
Uh huh.
So on your forward arc, you have 2 light weapon mounts. On your port arc and starboard arc, you have 1 weapon mount there, on each of those as well, right?
So it sounds like we could do it.
Okay.
Light. You said light weapons.
Light
though.
weapon.
All of these are light weapons.
Yeah.
Are you serious, my dude?
So
yeah,
we
it's
have.
just a tactical nuke.
Yeah, we are. So we're in.
Just a tactical
Just a
nuke.
tactical one.
So
I'm
we're.
so
We're just
upset
gonna-
I rolled that.
We're
Yeah.
just gonna Call of Duty it, you know?
Listen, we only have 2 months, bro. I mean, things gotta happen. Okay,
Sometimes-
we are in a light freighter with 3 weapons mounts. You said.
4 total.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
You said 3 in the
4?
front, 1 left, 1 right.
2 on the front,
2
1
on the
left,
front,
1 right.
one
I'm gonna go double check.
Episode 5, in which they get a nuke.
Yep.
A single nuke.
Yeah, that is correct.
It's
Okay.
lively.
I so excited.
Yeah,
Yeah.
beautiful. Let me give you the stats for these real quick, so that you understand what's in your. Currently, you have 1 light laser cannon.
Yeah.
That does 2d4, right? It has short range.
Mhm.
Your laser net does 2d6 damage, but also has point plus 10, which makes it like it fires large and like catches stuff, right? The coil gun has long range, does 4d4 damage, and your tactical nuclear missile launcher has long range, moves. It's a torpedo, right? So it
Mhm.
like moves at a separate speed.
Yeah.
It moves 10 hexes per turn. It does 5d8 points of damage,
Nice.
but can only fire once every 5 turns.
Yep.
And irradiates wherever it hits.
Oh,
Yeah.
rough, dude.
Great.
It's definitely something we save for. Okay, cool.
The nuclear option.
There should always be a nuclear option.
Okay. So now that we've done that, which seemed to be well worth our time.
Can I search the lab if there is a lab?
There is no lab.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any foodstuffs or other personal
Yeah.
items that we can.
Do you guys want a spacewalk for it?
Yeah. I'll go.
Yeah, sure.
I'm
You
good
go?
at it.
Might as well. You've been spacewalking a lot.
Great.
This is where I'll fuck it up.
Kodiak will do anything to not talk about his personal shit.
Oh, we're gonna be talking while we're looking.
Yeah, by the way, you're not out of fucking jail on that shit.
I love that.
Sure,
Oh,
let's go to
gee.
spacewalk, guys.
Yeah, we should go. We should go look for some like supplies. They might have Twinkies. I mean, you never know.
Where's my
What?
black dice? Anyways, it's fine. Well, here it is. I see what I've done.
Good.
Here. I'm ready. What do I do? What do you
So
want me to do?
you guys are walking over, looking
Yeah.
for stuff. Make a perception check and have your conversation that you're having while you're looking for things.
Alright, so your parents work for that place that
Oh,
I've asked
Woof.
about, and that I thought was about cosmetology.
4.
Nice.
Oh, it's a classic.
Dirty 20.
Copy.
Ooh.
22.
Copy.
18.
Copy.
What are you asking, Kia?
So, your parents work for that corporation, right?
They don't work for it.
They are it.
Founded it. They own it. They are it.
What do they do exactly? I thought it was cosmetology. That's not right, apparently.
It's not totally far off. My name is Quentin Zioneer.
Cool.
My parents founded Zia Corp.
Zaya?
Z-I-A Corp.
Ah, that's where I was wrong. But it's not cosmetology. They're not like.
What do they
super
do?
soldiers.
They make... No, Zia Corp is the public face, and it does in fact make cosmetic enhancements through technology.
I was right.
Yep, you were. They do everything from changing your skin tone to your hair implants to making you have chameleon skin. They'll do it all.
That's cool.
Sounds like technology you use often.
I try not to, because I don't know what they would... Well,
I'm mostly just implying that you don't like to show people who you really are.
oh no, that's because they have more money than all the gods. And they use that money to find me.
Why are you so important to them?
I mean, not that you wouldn't be terribly important to everybody you meet, obviously.
I meant what I said. Your problems are my problems.
If you look up the Zioneer family, you will find news stories of their children being kidnapped, murdered, and the bodies never recovered. It was a cover-up. Because the truth is that my sister and I were an embarrassment to the family. Well, mostly my sister.
What did she do? Or not do, as the case may be.
The most dangerous thing to a family whose entire livelihood is based around telling people that they need technology to make them better, to do things, to interface with the universe, is having a child who exhibits magical abilities to interface with the world and technology on its own.
Ah, she's a technomancer.
Was.
Sorry.
Thank you.
What was her name?
Taya. We ran away when we were younger. We were on our own for many years. And kept a low profile because you have to. Gotten quite good at not being Quentin Zion.
Well, there's only one problem with what you've told us. You've said that they tried to create this rumor that you all had been taken and killed.
Yeah.
So then why is it so important that they get you back alive? If all they might do is try to be rid of you.
My parents have control issues. As long as I am free in the universe, they don't control me.
So would they only want to bring you back alive so they could ensure that you were killed?
I don't know if they would kill me, keep me, study me. I have no idea what they would do at this point. I haven't seen them in 8 or 9 years.
What would they have to study?
Whether or not I'm like my sister. Whether or not there's anything that I can do to harm them. I mean, in best case scenario, they stick me in a room with rubber walls and I stay there until I die on my own.
Needless to say, we're not going to give him the opportunity.
Yeah, there's no way in hell.
Now you understand why I preferred to do the small jobs. And was not really thinking I would ever be on a journey like this.
Understandable. I guess.
Well, if I know one thing, it's that
I'm glad you showed up at Casterville University when you did.
I'm glad that you turned the corner when I was picking through that trash can for food when you did.
Yeah, it was a little nasty. Don't worry, I had protein shakes you could have. I was gonna eat them. Oof. Gross. I'm sorry about your sister, Cody.
Yeah, me too.
these things have a way of finding an ending. You might call it, some people might call it destiny, but other people, I think there's just, when someone wants something enough, and as you say, they won't stop before they have it. I have a feeling we will see this come to an end of some kind eventually. And, you know, you have my claw when you need it. But I don't let people take my crew.
Appreciate that.
You know. If I die, though, that's like a whole other problem.
So let's try
Well,
to
you're not
keep
going to die either, because we're not going to let you die.
That would be really preferable. I won't lie to you.
Great.
That's
This
pretty great.
conversation has become very morbid.
So sorry. Did anyone
Sometimes
find
you have to
people?
laugh in the face of the void. You just have to, like...
But
Just gotta
Caster
let it out.
has hit jackpot.
Oh?
Yeah. So, you find throughout... Well, first off, you find a toolkit floating almost out into space right as you're, like, coming across the void, right? Caster grabs that. Caster is also the one to find the 400 feet of cable lines sitting in the back. The titanium alloy cable lines will fit nicely into your cargo bay. He also finds tucked away into the front, into the cockpit, which has like the half remains of an elven pilot. Not elven. No elf would ever be in that lowly of a position.
You
Disgusting.
don't know that. Sometimes shit happens.
All right.
Yeah, bloody win.
Then they aren't an elf, are they? I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry, Anne. I didn't mean to get you. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to bring your blood up.
Sorry, in defense of elves.
Dwarvish pilot.
Okay.
He finds a system-wide comm unit.
Ooh.
All of your comms can communicate only within, like, planet,
Yeah.
right? This could reach across the entire solar system.
Holy
That's
moly.
crazy.
Which means,
Yeah.
that's actually really helpful, because
Yeah.
I've been sending signals, but, like, that
Yeah.
takes time.
You also find
Yeah.
planted in the skull of that same dwarven pilot
Mm-hmm.
a wide-spectrum ocular implant, cybernetic implant.
Careful with that, it might be transmitting.
I can check it, see if it is.
Just these people were hired
for
by
it.
my parents don't hire idiots. And like I said, they have control issues.
Nice.
26.
No, it has no digital. It has no out.
Nope. It's kaput.
Take the eye, oh my god.
Oh, are my ear implants Zyacor?
No,
It's
the
only
ear
'cause-
implants
yeah.
could be
Oh,
possibly, yeah.
I was just curious.
Yeah, they're not.
Is
They
there
are
any-
very
do I
much made
see-
by your
Mhm.
are they?
So, do I see any symbols of the other company name?
You see no symbols.
Okay, so it's all stripped down.
So, question, Q. The cosmic enhancements, are they permanent or temporary usually?
Depends on how much money you spend on them.
Gotcha.
Most times people go for the permanent option because if you're buying Zyacor stuff, you're doing it for the fact that you want everyone to look at you.
I see. I mean, in my past, I might have purchased one of them for myself, a temporary one. It was for a job, and they wanted me to do it. And
Look, as long as it's not something for your eyes or your ears, probably okay.
Okay. It was just to fix my complexion and make my skin tone even and all that, and to get rid of. We're still in the spacesuits, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and to get rid of a few imperfections.
I'm not gonna be mad at you for having supported a company you didn't know.
I know, but
Oh, look! I mean, there's no way around it. Zaya Corp is everywhere.
that's
Everyone who has ever gotten, ocular implants is possibly a spy for them. I have no way of knowing.
Well, that's a comforting thought.
Yeah. Thing is, they're not looking for you. No, it shouldn't be, because they wouldn't necessarily see your face. They might, if they saw the four of us together anywhere on Absalom, but I don't know when they spotted me. I don't know when the Vesk got on our scent. No,
They didn't-
pun intended. First claw.
They don't happen to have eyes on.
Didn't think you were talking about the way I smelled, but like now I guess I am.
No police. Never mind.
Do they
I'm
happen
not
to?
offended. Thank
Very
you.
good.
Would they happen
I'm
to have?
good. Tail wagging.
Would they happen to have eyes on, say, luxury liners?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
If there's money, if there's power, if there's influence, they've spent money to make sure that they have eyes, ears, if not somebody there personally available who's in their pocket. They are not good people.
What about this best friend of yours?
Never saw her before.
Okay.
Hmm.
Right. Well, the thing is, we tried to strike up a deal, actually, to get you back. We insisted on maybe making a...
Outpaying your
Yeah,
parents.
paying them, but they said they wanted something more than money. Something bigger. We asked what it was, and of course they were like, oh, it's bigger, because we're haughty and we're being, bounty hunter in this whole thing.
I imagine it's because they knew they already had the biggest paycheck in the universe behind their pockets. But, who knows? Maybe there's somebody who has more money than the Zioneers. I don't know. Just-
Well, if we get going on this fuel business,
It'll take us about 40 lifetimes, probably.
you only need as much. when you're
Hold on.
Really went away.
when you're a bounty hunter, you only need as much as you can spend in a lifetime.
Yeah, but when you're a bounty hunter, you understand what it means to run, because you're always chasing people. And I imagine that our Vesk friend is not interested in the life that I lead right now.
Well,
If there's one thing about Vesks that I know, it's that they don't really forget. They don't really have a capacity to forgive.
There's a chance that she'll talk her way into keeping her life and coming after us again. Whether
she'll
or not,
need the ship and she'll need to get back here. I mean, it's likely she could land on one of those other planets in these systems that we could run into our competitors.
Yeah, she was only in a pod, so she's probably going to be very close by.
Unfortunately, our competitors have every reason to see us fail.
I think it's important that I tell you all that these pirates we're about to run into might also be using gear. Zaya Corp is the public face. Meridian Arms is where the money really comes from.
They're arms dealers.
Manufacturers, dealers, they make money off of IP, all of it. They are-
Classy.
The aim behind Meridian was originally to bring a bit of the space pirate home, an affordable. Yeah,
The domestic space pirate.
basically. So cheap but functional. So it's everywhere.
Jeez, I might have used those too.
Everyone has.
I haven't. I think.
Check's laser pistol.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's. Nope. You do not have a Meridian Arms weapon.
Nailed it.
You have a Mauser Arms weapon.
I say, is there any way we can get this comms unit up and running
Totally.
on our ship?
Absolutely. Especially in the ship.
So it's a personal comms unit.
Oh. Chink chink.
Yeah. So it's a pocket comm.
Hi, buddies. Where are you? How far away are you? That's not how it happens, but that's what's going to
Just really
happen.
enjoyed the
Yeah.
auto-tune ammo.
Singing.
Hello, friends. It's your first claw. Okay. Sorry, I'm not a bard. I wish I were in every game, but I'm not in this one. So hold on. I'm looking for names like a little bit here. Whew. Where is this? Where is this person's name? Too many people. Not Uki. Karduk. That's who I'm calling. Yeah. I want to try and lock onto my sister's comms.
Oh, okay.
Because I have been sending messages, but now I can just, like,
Wait,
call her
is
on
it
my cell
solar?
phone.
Did you use its solar system?
Yeah.
Oh, it's within the system.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I thought you meant, like, I misheard you. So
No, you did.
I'm very excited about it, but I don't do any of that.
She thought she had a space version of God Mike.
Yeah, I was like, hello!
Can we hold, please?
Cell phone.
Hold on stage. Thanks.
Take that last encounter back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hold.
Please
It's a
hold.
great magic item.
Oh my god, Mike.
You
How-
can seek into this box.
So
You
how
will
many?
never know where it's
This
heard.
took us another day. I'm guessing, right? Miles Gloriosus.
I'm sorry, I was holding
You're
his
fine.
face.
Just the idea of sneaking into a box and you never know where it's hurt. That's like super cool.
I know, I love that. All right,
So how long were we doing this? Another day?
for that,
Yeah.
not for another day. That took an hour.
Okay. Cool. So.
Wow.
Oh right, it literally took an hour.
Yeah,
I
you
forgot.
know what? Probably 2 hours with getting the
Yeah.
the
going,
stuff.
going
Getting
to
out
scavenge
there.
and whatnot.
Yeah.
So, we have about 3 days until Karuk and her people get here. So,
We've got quite a few days of darkness down on the moon, yeah?
is it time for that?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's time of the long
as
night.
As you came down
It's
to pick
time for
them
the
up,
long night?
He was saying the long night started. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Which is 5 days, I think, right? We said? I believe the
Yeah,
it's
let me
five
let me
days
do
of
a quick
darkness.
little double check on my math for that
Yeah.
time.
Really certain that you'd said it was 5
Eclipse
full days.
lasts for 30 hours.
And it's
30
and
hours.
they're 8-hour days, right? Or 12-hour days?
Yeah, 12-hour days.
So almost 3 full days then. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, but right, and we're saying that. But when we are talking about how many days till people get here, I think we're still
talking about Earth
conceptuating
days.
about Earth days.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
it's not
standard
actually
days,
3
yeah.
days, it's just another day.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying the 30 hours that this planet is in darkness
Yes.
is a day and some change in our brains. I see what
Right.
you're saying.
Because I'm tracking how many quote unquote days out of 60
Until
we
you're
have until
Which we have
until
to do off
the
of
people get there.
Epsilon
Exactly.
states. Right.
And which are Earth
Theoretically.
days apparently, in our minds.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm asking, because
Great.
30 days
Nope,
is
that makes
actually
sense.
just
That makes sense.
like a drop in the pan.
Yeah.
Okay, so do we want to stay in orbit for this time or check it out? And I mean, I guess this would be helpful for you to be able to catalog the kind of things that go bump in the night.
Well, I mean, absolutely. Especially the nocturnal creatures during the eclipse must be very interesting.
Well, and also I think Mark
Dangerous.
could maybe get us a better reading if we now have some specific areas
That we can
that
fly
we would
over.
want to scan.
Totally.
Okay.
Great. So what actions are we taking?
So I would say let's everyone take a good rest, and then we'll head down when we're done resting, and take advantage of the eclipse time to maybe do some stealthy scans and find a place to land and check out the flora and fauna for you.
Yes.
Lovely. We have not installed the guns on our ship yet, right?
Oh, no, we haven't. We need to do that.
Wouldn't we need to go down into atmosphere?
Yeah, we will need to do that. We can't.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, we can spacewalk it.
So much easier to do it out of Atmo.
Oh yeah, because things won't weigh anything.
No gravity, because
Okay.
nothing weighs anything in space.
Cool. Can
as
we?
previously
As
said.
previously, nothing weighs anything. How can we do that? Is it? Can we just? So
Yep.
we'll take a long.
Engineering.
We'll take a long rest. We'll set up the guns and the weapons and everything.
Cool. So you're gonna do it in that order?
Well, do you want to
Let's
set
do
it up
guns and
first?
stuff
Okay,
first,
and
then
then
we'll feel
take
like
a
we
nap.
had a well-deserved
Great.
rest.
All right. So where are all of these guns going?
Oh, that's a good question. So,
That's the question.
I feel like
Good.
the net should go on the front.
The back, because we can overshoot
Don't
almost anyone,
have an
The back.
aft.
Two in the front.
and two in the
one
rear.
Starboard, one
Oh
wings.
yeah, then you're right.
Two in the front, two wings.
Yeah. Okay. So
So if we center the net, and then we have the gun on one wing and the nuke also in the front, maybe? Or
Yeah.
nuke on- nuke
That
on
would make
the other
sense, I feel like.
I feel that as well.
I mean, she's looking at you and she's like, I don't know what I'm talking about, so I'll let you make all that
Well,
decision.
Well, it makes sense for the tactical nuke and the net to be center.
Yeah, in the
Mo-
front.
Yeah, easier
Well,
aiming.
Here's, maybe I'm overthinking this, but like keeping the tactical nuke near any of the other items in terms of the controls. Make sure we don't accidentally try to launch our
I
one.
think that's overthinking.
That's overthinking.
Yeah.
Great, cool.
Yeah.
Great. Let's just pretend
Okay.
that John's not that.
It
kind of
doesn't really
player.
matter where we put them. Like, it matters. The thing is, like, it matters where we put them for when our adversaries are making attacks against us.
Yeah.
But like, we'll be able to shoot from any angle. It's not gonna change the roles to have them in different places on the ship, right?
It's all about tactical placement.
I mean, which I think, you are making your dream bird.
Dream ship.
Dream ship. So think about where you want them, and that's where we'll put them.
It's the friendship. Anyway,
So, laser net range is short, right? Coil gun
Yeah.
range is long, and tactical nuclear missile launcher range is long, and your light laser cannons, of which you have 3, is short. Oh.
I like having the idea of the coil gun on the wings because that gives us
You're
short.
not a light freighter. Hold on. I think I told you a wrong piece of information. Give me 1 second.
Okay, redacted.
You have... Ooh. Okay, interesting. So you're a freighter instead of a light freighter, which means that you have 2 weapons on the front arc, and one of them must be a tracking weapon. Are any of your guns a tracking weapon?
Tracking.
Mm-hmm.
The nuke's not, is it?
The nuke might be.
The missile.
Yeah, the nuke is.
Okay.
And 1 aft.
Okay.
Yeah. So you actually have too many guns now. Well, you did before anyways, but it's fine.
Too many guns.
Too many guns.
Do we need to attach the nuke?
You should. It's your best weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it just feels like.
I think we'll want a long range one because
2 long range weapons.
So maybe put those in the
The
front.
nuke and the coil
Yeah.
gun.
The
and
net-
then
net on the aft.
and then the
You're
net and the
saying.
aft.
And then the
So
aft.
we can drag
Yeah.
past things.
And then should we switch out the other gun for one of the short?
All your guns have been switched out. Your
Yeah,
light-
Oh,
your
all
light
the guns.
lasers
That's
are-
it, that's
those
it.
3 that we have probably have to go into the cargo hold.
They go
Okay.
in the hold.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Just
Sell
in
them.
case.
Like these
Liquidate-
are better
liquidate
guns
later.
anyways, right?
Yeah.
These
Yeah.
are death upgrades.
Yeah.
These
Yeah,
are.
there's no reason to
better
not
tools.
have the laser net.
Yeah. I mean, this makes me less nervous about all of our well, we can't chase after people because what are we gonna do when we get there? You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
With the
Same.
nuke.
Like,
Once.
Nuke it.
imagine this bird at the helm of this freaking wolf squadron. I am dead in my soul. I'm so
Now I
excited.
just want to go back to
Whoa.
my childhood and watch Airwolf. Remember that TV show?
Is it like Airbud, but
No.
with wolves?
Let me tell.
No.
We need to have a conversation about what these wolf ships look like.
Okay.
I can't wait.
Okay.
Not now, but
All right.
like, let's...
Do you want me to do it, or do you want to do it?
I have some thoughts and, like, live your dream, but I just have some thoughts about shapes. We don't need to talk about it now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
I'm just saying that that's a conversation I think we should have just,
Noted.
like, for funsies.
Noted, Dan. Let's
Yeah.
have that conversation.
Okay.
Beautiful. So where are you guys going?
Well, we need to take a short rest. Now
All that
we've
is done. Yeah, the
Okay,
guns
we're
are
napping.
the guns are
Great.
affixed.
Okay.
Okay.
And then where do we want to land? We know that these things we can avoid. We could go back to where we were before, because there's nothing there except, we burned the forest down.
Wow,
That's
but
fine.
there's also no cover there. It was flat land and open tide
Right.
pools.
No, that was
Oh,
where
no,
we landed
she's
the second
talking
time.
about the place with the fun plant.
Yeah,
Oh, that place.
that we burnt.
Yeah, we could tactical nuke that fucking plant.
No,
That's how you spend your.
no. She thinks about it for a second and then goes, no.
I'm just imagining you could like graviton open the canopy for a nice clear shot.
No. Okay, so you landed in the tidal pools. Honestly, sound like a place where there might be lots of interesting fauna.
Well, there are.
Yeah,
There was this cool purple turtle.
I miss so much.
turtle.
So we're just going to check out fun.
Or
Or we can go take a look in the marshes.
we
Or at
could
least
try
scan
to meet those diplomatic pirates that do transport missions.
Harpy waterway pirates?
Yeah,
I wouldn't call them diplomatic. They are.
you
harpies.
said they were more diplomatic.
And
I
the
said
other
they were
pirates.
more democratic.
No,
Oh.
you said diplomatic. I have it written down.
I tried to say democratic.
It's what he meant. It's what he meant that matters.
We also don't know for sure where they are, because all we know about them is ruins near the coast.
Right.
Which could be either
In the north.
In the north.
Oh.
Well, Jay has some ruins.
J, G, and B were the three things that seemed possible,
Yeah.
plausible. Is I missed one?
Yeah, but B isn't in the north.
Okay, great.
So J is the only one that's in the north and has a ruined structure next to it.
So it's probably that one.
Great.
And
Note
G-
that down. Stick that in your inventory and smoke it.
G does not have any ruins next to it. So J.
Great.
It
We
is.
could check out Jay.
All right. So when we get down there, what are we going to do? I guess is the question.
First we scan.
We try to.
Second I cry.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we tried to scan for populations in the area
Yeah.
for signs of life and how many and
What I
this,
meant.
that, and the other thing.
So when we did scanning before, there was the whole thing of like Mark could like post up from orbit,
Yeah.
and scan from there, so we don't have to get like close. Does that still work with?
I mean-
if we focus the scan on like that area, saying like there's ruins here, or
No, you've gotten as much information as you
Okay.
can get from
Yeah,
orbit.
yeah.
So
Really.
I thought that
We
was
have to
because
get
he was, like,
closer.
scanning the whole planet.
Yeah,
so
No,
he was
no.
like,
you
I'll
have
tell
to
you
get
what I
closer.
see.
I mean, like, kind of in some parts, you've gotten as much information as you can from
Yeah, yeah.
scanning.
Well, and
Right?
we now
Unless
have
you're
all
looking
of
for
this
something
pirate stuff. So,
specific.
Like
hold on.
harpies?
I'm seeing, yeah. So,
I mean, harpies on a scanner still show up as biomass. They're not like
okay.
any kind of. They're not going to give off any kind of special reading,
So
Right.
of the
and
Sorry,
could be
I-
mistaken for
I don't mean to
fauna
harp
or
on the point,
flora.
I just-
God damn it. Okay, here are my thoughts.
Gotta harp on
From what we learned from James, we know that there is a very ingrained group, the Grin,
Yes.
that has most of the power, right? We know that there's a group of fighters, which I don't think we should attack that fighter squadron until we have our own, which we will.
Well, also
And I can't wait for that dogfight.
That hey.
And hot chizzity. And
What
like,
word was it?
hot
What language?
chizzity, like ha cha cha cha. Hot chizzity.
I have
Definitely.
never heard
It's
that
It's like a
word.
20s
Is
like-
Is it?
ha
Yeah.
cha cha.
That's an
cha.
aneurysm. I've heard of hot cha cha. Yeah,
Yeah, like
Hot
that's
chizzity.
it's
Or
a thing.
hot
Hot
chizzity.
chizzity. Okay.
What is it though?
that group of fighters was also described as having a leader who likes to one up the other groups. So it's
It's
something we
true.
could possibly
Right.
use.
So totally. So if we were able to go in and work with them, and the fact is they like soldiers, and my whole people is kind of a built around kind of honor in war and diplomacy type of thing. So potentially having a good relationship with them would be good. So that they would be an E or D. So that's another option that we could attempt instead of the marshes. And then try to convince them. Problem is, I'm sorry, my accent is leaving me, but I just need to get this out. We can try to convince them to help us take out one of the other groups.
Sure.
But if we go in there with, like, our one ship, which they'll probably freaking want, and be able to very easily take from us, it's not a great day, right? So unless we can walk in there with, like, our own squad and be like, help us, or we're gonna have a problem.
Tactical nuke does give you a remarkable amount of bargaining power.
It does.
Mark, you smart person.
I mean, we don't actually want to nuke the planet that we're intending to occupy, but no pirate knows that.
Right. So we can just threaten to nuke them unless they... What are you saying?
You have a great deal more punch than you had before. And they don't know that you only have one.
So we shake our nuke at him.
I mean, what we could say is, listen, there's about to be a new order here.
Oh!
And you can either get in line and participate in our new government.
Shape up or ship out.
Yeah.
First claw. If someone said that to you, with the promises you've made to all of us, would you respond to that?
Well, it
James told us
depends.
this guy cares about his men. Cares about his reputation. I don't know that. Why don't we just parlay with him? Just try to.
Right, but when we get there, they're going to want to know what they gain in this new order.
Okay, but
the first order of the first claw.
I know that they're pirates. And,
that's not what we're doing. I'm sorry.
I know that they're pirates, and pirates are not good people, but that doesn't mean that they aren't able to be reasonable.
Right. I mean, he could want to be cut in on,
Oh, he'll absolutely want to be cut in. I think it's also fair to say that if he... Look, if someone like James's stature understands that this guy cares about his people, it's because he makes it known. He tells people. He makes it... you're aware that he cares about the people that
right.
in his
and
squad.
James wants to work with him.
So,
I'm confused as to why you think we're disagreeing.
I just think that if we threaten him or his people in any way, it's going to be a fast button to him just 15 ships to our one, even with a tactical nuke mark. Not wrong, but you can only hit one ship if they're flying.
Again, we have that's a last resort.
Right, but I'm saying that if we make a peaceful approach.
Yeah, no one is. Look at this dog face. Like, never have I ever led by being like, I'm going to kill you. Like, that's not a thing that I do.
What if we try to join them? What if we pretend
to be pirates?
That we've run off, got this ship, and we're looking for some people to
join up with
because we need their help. And better.
He does want to one up everyone. I'm liking this idea. I'm super
better
bad at lying, though.
I mean, I'm really good at lying.
I'll give you lessons.
God damn.
Montage.
Yeah. I say that could work, but at some point.
Sorry, in the montage in my brain, like Kia is giving you like verbal lessons from behind her like face mask thing, and Cody is just constantly being like, "Just stop wagging the tail. No, just stop wagging the tail.
Don't touch my tail. Just my tail.
Hold it in your mouth. Hold it in your mouth.
That's not. It's very far away, and then I just start chasing it a little bit.
Okay, sorry. Let's go back to our actual series
God,
conversation.
I love her so much, but this is the weirdest character I've ever played. So what are we doing? Okay, I like this, but at some point it's going to turn around.
Sure.
And we're going to have to tell them what we're actually doing.
Sure. But
we'll make them think that it was their idea.
yeah, or look, if we go in there and play the card that we're scouts out on our own, or we've been abandoned or something, we come up with a story. Let's seed it with the truth, right? Your Armada
This is
left us
easy.
behind.
This is better. This is so related. But what if we go with the fact that my planet is dying, so I can't live there, and members of my clan are coming to try and make a place for themselves, and we heard nothing but good things about their squad and how he preferred soldiers. And so here's us, and we know we're going to have a squad of fighter pilots coming in as well with their vehicles, and we are all looking to join him and see if we can topple some of the other powers on the planet
And have full run of the place.
yeah, and have full run of the place.
Oh my god.
As long as we're prepared that he's going to want his cut up front. He's going to want to know what he's going to get out of it, I'm sure. Yeah,
I mean, he gets help. We're the people who should be negotiating for our cut
but we don't
of
know-
his
but-
take.
But we don't know what kind of take he has. We don't know how much territory they
It's
actually
just a job
control.
interview. We just ask.
Pirates don't really.
Ask.
Well, they're not as formal to have a job interview, you know?
Soldiers might be.
That's what I'm saying.
He's a soldier.
I think
Soldiers
there's- I
value
think there's
discipline
some merit.
overall.
Do you have some culture checks?
Culture
I'll
check?
culture check right now.
Can I get my underworld DC bonus? Or my outlaw knowledge bonus?
18.
Yeah, sure.
14.
Nice.
24 with a -5 DC.
25.
Great.
Will I get a minus
to recall knowledge about
5
criminals.
DC if... Oh, no,
it's
because
all
that's...
applied. Y'all did really, really well. Yeah, actually, the several of you have actually heard of the Aga Squadron. And I mean, they have a good reputation. They're not as much pirates as they are mercs, right?
Even better.
You haven't heard the same degree of information about the
Which
the
means
leader
they're
or
basically
anything.
a hired... They're like the gold company in
Yeah.
GOT. Like, they're hired fighter
Oh
squadron.
yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the things about money first makes absolute sense.
Yeah.
But there's a certain degree of pridefulness that comes with that as well.
Yeah.
And having to share a planet with pirates probably sits bad.
Yeah,
in
so
this
we'll help
leader's
them
mouth.
with that problem.
Yeah. So it's a combination of the two things. Right?
Yeah, I
So
think we
riding
can handle
that.
that.
And also, I mean, the thing that is going to be most important to them is going to be your own personal skill and capability.
We're very skilled.
Don't you worry about
Trips
that.
over third arm.
Yeah.
No, man.
Well, the thing is, I mean,
Tries to lay
we
in hammock again.
Whoop!
yeah,
We're very skillful.
like we can promise. I mean, this maybe it just seems easier to. Sorry, my brain is kind of struggling, but I think it's not as hard as it could be. I mean, all we need to do is convince him that with our ship, we are a worthy crew for our ship, even though it's not a fighter, like a small fighter pilot squadron type thing, but that we can be very helpful. We're very fast. We can get to places that they need to go and scout, because we'll be able to scan, understand the environment and ways we can use it to help us. I would be able to lead and do ground troops if we needed to do missions that included both sides of the equation. And of course, we have you two as well with your own specialties. And I feel like your lying here is going to be very important, because it's just sideways of the truth. Like you said, it's the best lie. There's only certain things that we're just sort of leaving out, which is, we're working with the government and stuff. But even the government pays sometimes to hire squads like that.
Oh, of course they do.
So we can cross that bridge when we come to it.
Yeah, we just...
I say we leave out the deal we have with the
Epsilon government.
the gas.
Or the
James.
Yes. Because he'll definitely want a cut in of that.
Yes.
May
But
I-
also, how exciting for James, he wanted to join them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's, thinking pretty far in the future.
Yeah, but there's a lot of synergy there. I like it.
May I
Thank
introduce?
you. Thank
Yes,
you for using
please.
buzzwords and nothing.
No, synergy means stuff.
If I may interject for a moment,
Please.
Take it with a grain of salt, of course. But
Mhm.
last time I was part of, let's say, freedom fighter group, it was a bit of a messy end for me, and so I don't know where exactly I was going with this, but I feel like I needed to say it. Just everyone be careful, please.
I'm always careful.
Of course, Jim.
Yeah.
Sits in panic again.
Yes, and the thing is, what we know here is that our crew comes first for us, and if we can just last these 3 days, we'll have a lot more support. If we can do that, then we will be more solid in our agreement. We will have more leverage, so we can begin these talks and see what we can prove of ourselves to them. Tell them a little bit about our plan to rid the planet of, to help them get rid of everything, because we don't really want it taken over by pirates either. And work out a deal where we're cut in on their take, and we can work together. So, if we can do that, then I think we'll be okay. I
We
mean,
made it this far.
that's
True.
one head of the Hydra cut down, or not cut, because then they become two. Anyways, it's just like a weird
Smoosh.
legend.
Smoosh it down.
All I say is
Smoosh it.
Smoosh.
trust them if you need to, but don't trust too generously.
Don't worry, Caster. I don't trust anybody.
I'm
And
depending.
Cody, you totes trust me.
I said, that's silly. I trust you guys so much, and I've only known you for like 5 days. Of course you can trust people. Sometimes you just know.
Great. So specifically, what are you gonna do right now?
So pause.
Yeah.
It's 11:30.
Yeah. And
So-
I'm trying to get a sense
yeah,
of what's
yeah.
going on next.
So I would say our plan would be to, unless you guys disagree, go down, get a closer scan of the area
Where
that
are
we
you
think
going?
they're occupying.
E or D is where we
E or
where
D.
you
E or
think that they're
E
there.
and D.
Where are you going?
Oh, motherfucker, you're gonna make us.
Why are you just saying we're telling you?
You,
Well,
E
no,
and D?
because-
you're giving me options, not a
Right.
choice.
Oh, I see. I was like, we're telling you what we're trying to choose between.
You know, ACQ. I don't understand what's
why
not
don't we-
clear about that.
Okay, so we'll go to A first, I guess.
It's E.
E.
Oh, E.
Yeah,
I'm
E
sorry.
Or D.
E or D. Let's go E.
I
I
vote E
vote
as well.
E.
Yeah.
Okay,
Let's just do
so
E.
we'll
E.
head to E.
E is
Great.
E is in the elephants that the Golden Company on this planet totally has.
Great.
I hope they have elephants.
That sounds
Purple
good to me.
elephants.
Mortals.
You know,
Fantastic.
We'll go to E.
Yeah.
If that blows up in our faces somehow, we'll go to D.
well,
Great.
I was just
So-
gonna say, I think the final episode of Game of Thrones would have totally been complete. She's already seen it.
I already saw it.
Would have totally been completely different if Cersei had those gosh darn elephants.
Yeah, everything would be different with the elephants.
Um,
Just ask Hannibal.
Yeah, I was about to make a Hannibal joke.
So the last thing we do is
Because that ended well for Hannibal.
descend into
Nice
the
key.
darkness of this
Oh,
void
nice.
planet.
Back into the dark, right?
It's really cool.
Yeah, I mean, well, you've actually been in the darkness. You've been like orbiting this planet,
Yeah,
and, like
yeah.
the area around it.
I want to feel close to my people in the void.
Yeah,
It sounds really nihilistic, but like it's true.
it's deep and dark down
This
here.
is one of the things. It's one of the things that she's super excited to experience and share with other people. I will say that she updates Karuk and the rest of the squad
Absolutely.
about like what the plan is, so they're
Yeah.
not just like, "Hey guys," like out of
Yeah.
nowhere.
You're leaving beacons, absolutely.
Yeah, and that we now have a comms unit available within the system. So once they enter the system, as soon as they do, to let us know.
So you begin to descend, burning up in atmosphere as a solo comet descending into the night sky.
Hi, we're here!
Basically.
It's fine.
GMs has been smiling since we started talking, so we knew we were fucked. That's fine.
You're all.
Thank you so much for listening to Starfound. Once again, please leave us a positive review wherever it is you are listening. And please head over to patreon.com/starfoundpod in order to pledge to get the podcast without so much of me rambling at the beginning and the ending. And remember that Starfound returns in January of 2020 on Twitch. See you on the space lanes. This podcast uses trademarks and or copyrights owned by Paizo Incorporated, which are used under Paizo's community use policy. We are expressly prohibited from charging you to use or access this content. This podcast is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo Incorporated. For more information about Paizo's community use policy, please visit paizo.com/communityuse. For more information about Paizo Incorporated and Paizo's products, please visit paizo.com. Music by Murder Sauce.